Isn't it all just a perspective?
I mean, now that I'm seeing the lips a little bit more, it's looking a little bit better.
Right.
Yeah, it's actually not so bad. Well, so here we are, quest hooking it.
Hey guys, you may notice faces now.
Faces and places.
Yeah,
Faces to voices.
Um,
My dog is looking at that thing and freaking out. He's like, I don't like it.
And I don't agree
but yeah,
with
we wanted
it.
to be able to see each other.
And
we wanted you to be
have
able to see
us.
Yeah, all these things.
Because we know what we look like, but you don't know what we
Nate,
look like.
let me know once you've adjusted your photo, and I will adjust the.
Adjusting the photo here, boss.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So 8 o'clock. Quest hook. How's it going? I'm Tom. I'm your GM. We've got a little game we're playing tonight, and we got what? 4 PCs who. No, you guys have been around for how long? Maybe 6 months, 8 months,
something like that.
more than that, maybe almost a year.
Give or take.
I'm ready for the adjustment.
So, I mean, time to TPK. But I guess we'll get started with introductions before we kill everybody off. Playing Visradel Veljuna, right?
Visradel Veilna. It would be me. Hi guys. John Jimmy J here, the one you've always heard me called that. I'm the one who runs the stream. And I'm also Visradel Veilna, the elven wizard. He is ready to figure out what the hell is going on here. And to his right, over here, as you can see,
is he, though?
on this
Is he
camera,
really?
because everyone's going to be seeing my point of view. So to my this way is
I don't know, when I see
Faryuin. You're this way to me, Tom. You're at the very beginning of it all.
You guys are like down to the bottom left. We got all.
How are we these ways? Was this like Brady Bunch now? Am I like?
Yeah, that's what we were doing.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what we should be doing.
We gotta get used to that.
What's up, guys? I'm Being. I play Falyuan, our resident spear shield wielding fighter. The man of many halves, half white, half black, half elf, half human, halfway around the world, and currently about to hopefully restore half his hand.
Half his hand.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
halves.
we'll see. We'll see.
And then we've got Walden,
who is
Hi, y'all.
halfway gone.
I'm Walden. My name's Nate. Play Walden. He's a rogue, level 5 still.
What's Walden's last name?
Yeah, what's his last name?
Oh, it's Cybercop X53.
Oh.
And he is a rogue, gunslinger, with some magical abilities. And he's pissed off at some dinosaurs right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're mostly dead. Just good.
Yeah.
I mean, he seemed to be pissed off when he woke up this morning, if you ask me. But that's just my perspective.
Yeah.
And you are who?
Hi, I'm Joe. I play Kenny, the Gnomish Druid, who happens to be the only non-cursed member of our party currently.
That is true.
That is very true. Well, Billy Bob's not cursed.
Oh, and Billy Bob.
Right,
Which,
Billy Bob. Cleric extraordinaire.
speaking of which,
wish he could be here this evening, folks.
yeah, Billy Bob.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he had to miss out this week, but
Yes,
his character will be here.
he will be appearing in person.
Yeah, next time we have Josh Brolin.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, it's just he missed the last.
Tune in next week for Josh Brolin.
Right. Yeah, we'll promise that too.
Mm-hmm.
But
God,
that's our cast
glad-
lineup. Fal, can you give us a recap? You usually write such nice recaps.
He
for
does
us.
wonderful recaps.
Send them off in an email, but
Just a reminder for everyone, you know.
Yeah.
So, previously on Quest Hook, quiet falls on our wayward party that night, but not without discontent, as each new member, save for Kenny, seems to suffer from inconveniences from certain newly acquired items. While everyone's sleeping, Viz studies and surmises that the items that they stole from the display cases are cursed. Next morning, as everyone prepares to leave, Walden talks to the Bondman tribesmen and asks Billy Bob for his mace back. None the wiser, the group goes to leave together with Bondman via the crystal, but are confused why they want to go separately. Viz, Kenny, and Fao Yuan are unable to convince them and decide to arm them for their safety. The morning is bright and warm, and the boys find themselves in a familiar territory as they jump through the crystal. Kenny starts planning out their day to accommodate Fao Yuan and Donder, and Fao Yuan begins to swell with both relief and anxiousness when Walden expresses his displeasure with the risks of such endeavors. Viz and Kenny try to reason with Walden, but Fao Yuan is quiet and understanding, as he wouldn't want to put anyone in harm's way for his own recovery. The search for the tri-top proves difficult, as the jungles prove to be a maze. After wasting many hours looping around, the boys finally find a trail leading to the mesa Tonri had told them about. There, Walden spies 3 massive tri-top grazing by the river. The original plan was to carefully lure out the single tri-top and focus their firepower on it before the others in the pack would notice. But, as fate would have it, that would not be the case, as the boys end up fighting all 3. The battle was tense and filled with many terrifying moments, but ultimately results in victory, as they're able to slay 2 of the tri-top and scare off the 3rd, which is where we pick up.
That's exactly where we pick up. So, as you guys are along the water's edge here, in the river, or near the river, I should say. Some of you are actually, I think everybody's on the same bank right now, and you guys have just killed these 2 enormous beasts. The tri-top are enormous. They are a good 20 feet long and about 10 to 12 feet high at the shoulder, with these enormous fanned, like feathered, I don't know what you call, like shields almost behind their heads, and 3 massive horns, 2 of them much larger than the one on their nose. So the 3rd one ran off to the south. And that sort of leaves the 3 of you, or the 4 of you, I should say, winded here a little bit. It's kind of a rough combat. I think Billy Bob's done a little bit of healing, right? Or not yet? No, I think we ended right at the...
Yeah, I don't know if we had time to do that, chat.
So
yeah, we'll start right there. What would you guys like to do? Billy Bob's going to kind of heal Walden the whole time.
Walden is going to walk past him, reloading his revolver, and walk up to this dead tri-top and unload into its skull the bullets in his revolver.
How many shots?
Full 6. Yeah, full 6 shots. Yeah, which I will take off my character sheet.
All right. Billy Bob will back up just a little bit and kind of let you do that.
Okay. You fucking thing.
Seems to be a waste of bullets, Walden. I think I have.
I'm
gonna
reload while he's talking to me and unload another 6.
Okay,
man.
Well then.
Hey, do you think you could aim for one of the horns? At least we need to take one of them off. Any specific one, Fao Yuan?
I do not think so.
I feel like the tippy tip one is probably the most virile, if I were to put my finger on it.
You do enjoy putting your things on a finger on things that are virile.
On virility? So. Yes, little kind of.
Go ahead and, Walden, you think you could put the bullets to some use on that guy? And I point to the one on the nose.
Well, I mean, as our resident survivalist, I feel like it's up to you to harvest us the best parts.
Are you fucking kidding me, man? I've never seen these things in my life.
Well, I mean you've done it before. Imagine it's an elk. How would you get an elk horn off?
Walden's going to take out a dagger. Tommy, it's the dagger.
Okay.
And be like, the horn, I'm going to take this thing's head.
All right, all right.
He starts
How about we?
just chopping around the neck area.
Alright, so you just start like stabbing, sawing at it.
Well, I mean, if you want to take the whole thing, we'll take the whole thing, and we can harvest.
Viz
the
just
horn
kind
later.
of like watches, like, really? That's how
Yeah,
we're playing.
I mean,
this?
the dagger
Can I
looks
aid?
sharp, so
And
yeah.
then
Do
he
you want to
cut-
help him?
Yeah, I'll aid.
Yeah. So
I'll
when you
I'll
go
give
up
him a
to
hand
aid,
while he's
it's-
on one side. I'll, start
I'd
on
say
the
it's
other.
one of
I
those
guess.
things when you go to aid that it's a little less articulate than the way that you would dismantle something.
Normally do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a certain amount of
Anger.
ferocity to it.
Oh.
No surprise.
But yeah, after a few minutes, you guys are able to sever this thing's enormous head from its body. Its head probably
halfway-
weighs a good, 150 pounds, 200 pounds at least.
Halfway through, I'm gonna look at Viz and be like, "Hey, Viz, your ring, it can hold this thing while we walk, right?"
I don't know the weight limit on levitate.
Well,
Let me check.
If you guys want a horn, you can get one from the
Or
other corpse. This
telekinesis.
head is mine.
sounds good.
Oh, right.
Well, then-
Well, you're not carrying the bag of holding, so how are you going to carry his head?
You can move
Well,
an
it's
object
just like-
up to 1,000 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's just, like-
I mean, this head's probably less than 1,000 pounds,
Yeah,
right?
it's about like 200 pounds or so.
All right. I'll levitate the head for Walden with
Yeah, you can-
telekinesis.
Yeah, you can easily telekinetically.
Like, whoop, with the power.
After,
power of
after he
Captain
says
Planet.
that we need to harvest the other horns, I will stop
on
working with him
once.
and go and start harvesting the other horn.
Yeah, so while you do that, you'll see Val Ewan's kind of on his knees, giving thanks to the Tri-Top.
That's a good thing to do. I agree.
Should
Also,
we
probably-
harvest meat for dinner, perhaps?
Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
something at least. It's.
All right,
I mean,
someone make me a survival check then for harvesting.
I
it's
can
just
do
sort of for
that.
the party.
at a +6.
I will aid.
Yeah, you don't
I
even need to
don't
roll
aid.
anything to aid. You don't need to roll anything to aid.
Right.
So the 19 is totally good for. Yeah, you're able to harvest some meat. You guys are able to take the head. Are you cutting off one of the horns, or are you taking just the whole head?
I'm
Let's.
trying to cut off its horns.
Yeah, I think we'll harvest all 3 horns from this one and leave the
Okay.
head on.
All
That
right.
sounds-
Do you guys have any sort of a saw or anything like that's kind of like that?
We have probably an axe of some sort.
Yeah. Does anyone have an axe?
What about that? Well, no, the mace will just bash it. I
Hold on.
personally don't have an axe, but what about party loot? Also,
See what I
Viz
have
is
on me?
there. I don't. He's with everybody now. He's not hanging off of the rope anymore. Stash bag.
Just trying to find this section real quick. Sorry, it's taking me 1 sec.
How dare you? Foul, is all of your equipment still in the bag of holding?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure that was still a thing. Actually, we don't have an axe. Unless someone's carrying it on their person.
Is the bag of holding the stash bag? Is that what we're using?
It's in the part of the stash bag. Well, I mean, I guess on the dog is now in the bag of holding. It's no longer on the
No.
dog.
That's all on the dog. And the
John,
dog's
can
on the
you
ship.
roll?
Oh,
no,
right.
Never mind. You don't need to roll.
Well, then we should move the appropriate things when we get a chance.
Yeah, I don't have any. Ooh, I have 1 prep item. Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, an axe. Do you want to, or a saw?
No, I'm going to a what's it called? Like a manual chainsaw, Tom. Like one that would I'm gonna
Yeah.
pull one of those out of my
Yeah,
belt
that's
pouch.
it's one of those things that you bought previously that you almost forgot about.
Yeah, I'm glad I have it in my character sheet, and I'm going to change it from one prep item to um, rope saw. So
Yeah, no problem. That makes the whole process very easy and actually pretty clean,
Sweet.
relatively. So you're able to remove one of the horns. You guys probably have about 2
all
days
three
worth.
horns.
All three horns.
From-
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'd say in all, it takes you guys probably about an hour, hour and a half or so to do all this.
It's pretty generous.
Um,
Are we
Yeah.
safe
I
for
mean,
an
you've
hour,
got the-
hour and a half?
yeah, relatively. I mean,
Alright.
nothing really happens. Nothing. I mean, you guys made enough sound killing these things that you imagine that whatever.
We've cleared the area out.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So it leaves you guys with about 10 days of trail rations, not a piece, like in total, so 2 days apiece. You've got the 3 horns, and then what did you want to do with this head? You want to keep floating it around? You've already floated it once, so you know that you can.
Yeah, so Walden, what would you like to do with this head?
Walden just coughs up a little blood. It's like, this thing nearly killed me. And now I
Billy
will keep
Bob
this
lays a
head.
hand on your shoulder.
Oh, okay. What are we looking at?
You heal 12 HP.
That's pretty
Ooh.
good. Pretty good.
It's the max
Awesome.
you can do.
Wow, yeah, it is.
That calms Walden a bit. But not much.
Alright, alright.
So what's the answer? Yes, you want to...
Yeah.
So, you floated this thing initially, and I imagine over the course of the hour or so, you probably set it back down. And
I
then,
guess
so, yeah,
I
what
could
would
just
you...
eat its eye or something, right?
For why? Why are we doing this?
Because this thing almost killed me.
And you want to devour its eyeball now? In vengeance?
Yes.
Right.
I mean, it makes you feel good.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you need to work through this, I guess.
It's a pretty large eye, too. I mean,
Yeah, that'd be quite a meal. I mean, I wonder if we can make something good. Kenny, what like about like an eye stew or soup of some kind?
or jellied eyeball.
Walden
Put
takes
on
the
toast
dagger, and he just starts freaking out on the thing's face.
as
Just
I'm
going
levitating
back
it
and
in the
forth.
air. It's like causing the levitated object to like float away from you because you're stabbing at it.
And he pursues it mercilessly.
As it like bounces off of
Alright.
trees and
So how long does that go on for?
About a minute and a half till he's too tired to go on.
All right. So you
actually
have to-
after about a minute I'm gonna start levitating it above your reach. Just to calm you down a little bit.
Walden falls down exhausted.
I'm gonna advise against just let him wear himself out.
Alright. I put it on the ground so he can just kind of
So you
Afterwards,
can-
Walden collapses, just tired. He's like, "Okay, we can leave it here."
Okay, alright. Well, let's gather the horns.
All 3 horns, the ones that are cleanly sewn, we'll take back to the village, and 10 days trail rations. Sounds
Alright.
pretty good.
So
Ah.
Viz, now that you've used the telekinesis ring,
Yes.
you know that it lasts for 10 minutes, and then you just have to reuse it again, basically.
Okay. Concentration or duration?
I think it's concentration. Yeah.
Do these
Okay.
things have teeth?
Up to 10 minutes. What's that?
Do these tritop have teeth?
Yeah, they have teeth. They're like ungulates, so they have like like teeth like cows.
But they're omnivores.
Yeah.
I'm gonna harvest some of the feathers off of the plumage off of the
Yeah.
top.
Lovely plumage.
You think that that's probably worth quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it to both of whatever I can get from the one that Walden was, mangling, I'll take, and whatever I can get clean.
Okay.
So,
let me see.
How many good feathers
What's
can I
your
get? It's a +6 to survival.
All right, nice. All right, so you're able to do pretty well, and you're able to harvest. Let's do.
Also, if I make
harvest 4 pounds of feathers.
Sweet.
If I may make a
How
brief
big are they?
interruption when you guys have a
I
sec.
don't know, maybe about 3 feet long a piece. So it's like 4 pounds. So it's probably like 40 feathers. Yeah, what's up?
I would just wanted to say, Catamus, our regular viewer, is here, and I wanted to ask him what he thinks. Say hi in chat what you think of the new webcams.
What up?
If you could, just say yay or nay. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Is it coming through? Is it making things choppy? Basically, Chris, not to put you on blast here. I'm gonna lose character for a sec. I basically need you to just like give us some feedback to see if it's like, working well. We need it.
I mean, be as desperate as you possibly can there, John.
I mean, he's our friend. He knows.
Honestly,
He knows the man behind the
You're
curtain.
the only one who's actually watching us, so
Yeah.
it would be good to get any.
I mean, yeah. Just
Thank
let
you
us
very
know.
much. Get back into character.
All
Goddamn.
right, and Visradel
Thank you.
begins.
Nate, did you figure out how to make that icon your icon? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry, what's up?
Did you figure out how to make that icon your icon?
It should be on there, yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me just reconnect the page. Does it say?
Oh,
does
is it?
everybody else see it?
I haven't reconnected. Let me do that.
Just reload roll 20 and see. Oh, there it is. Nice.
Whoop,
Oh,
there
nice.
it
You even
is.
took like the little edit from it and just had it be.
It's not
Please.
working
Yeah.
for me, and now Tommy's gone.
No,
Reload
refresh
the whole
page.
page.
Reload the whole
Okay.
page. And it'll just take a second for everybody to reload and like everything. To
Oh, that's
reset.
going to reload the whole streams page. Ooh,
It's
look
okay.
at that.
Stream.
No.
The stream will live.
Look
It
at that
will
little
live on.
gun boy.
Hey, I see that guy. Now I see a gun ghoster. I see Tommy being, and John is not.
I should be back.
Oh, now we're all down to the bottom left.
Am I not back?
Oh, where did you want to be?
There we go.
No, I just thought we were gonna all line up across the top.
That's what I
Yeah,
have it on
so
mine.
if people want to check out the stream so you can see where we're all lined up and we can interact with each other as such, because this is how it's going to look for the stream, because it's how it looks on my screen, and I don't know how to move things, so that's just how it's going to be. And I
Am
apologize.
I at the tail end?
You are.
I
yes.
can do it. Hold
Oh,
on.
thank God. I just
Um,
like being at the tail end.
Yeah,
John,
well,
what I
there
can
you
do
go.
is I can make it so that you can move the player controlled avatar setting. So you guys can move your avatars if you reconnect.
Wait, we can just move
I
our
was-
our webcams around.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
move your own avatars now.
Heal myself with
So I was
5.
grabbing the wrong handle. I was grabbing the color. You grabbed the bottom left, like the
Yeah,
third
the
one.
bottom left has the burger.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
so that is moving things around.
perfect.
+5.
And you can put it wherever you want now.
7. That's a bit better.
Well, I mean, so now I've fucked things up and everything's moved.
Great.
Way to go, John.
Who's top
where-
left?
Yeah,
all
where
your fault.
where do you guys want it now? Now that I can move everyone
You
around,
can put me top left.
like on the whole screen next to the controls. No.
So I just line it all across the top under my camera. So when I'm looking at you guys, it's closer as if I was making eye contact with you
Well, my
guys.
camera's on the other monitor. It's
Well,
over
then
there.
it sucks to be you.
So I won't be able to. I don't know if it can reach. That's a worse
that's fun.
angle. No, that's a worse angle.
I mean, we're at least they can see us, and if we talk,
Yeah.
if we all just talk at our cameras,
Well, yeah, I
It
mean,
doesn't matter
not
if
to
we're
like
looking
pull
left
the
or
card
right.
here,
Come on.
but as the
I've-
stream runner, I'm just gonna say.
oh my Jesus Christ! I just want to play D&D.
I know you guys are gonna have to be stuck with how I put things.
Yeah, you can put things however you want.
And that
Just put me
I'm,
as the
I'm
largest
muted
avatar and the most
screaming
important
there
one.
just in
That's really
case
all I care
anybody's
about.
wondering.
I just care about being the most important one.
Well,
So, Jimmy J figures out the layout. We are harvested. It's been, we said, about hour and a half, probably about 2 hours, including the whole combat, everything else, sneaking up on them, blah blah blah. So that puts you guys at about 5 o'clock or so, and the light is just beginning to dip down a little bit. So it's going to be dark in a little bit.
And
We feel like you got about an hour and a half of sunlight.
Where's the mesa at this point?
It's like kind of, let me look at my map actually. Compared to where you guys are, I mean, it's kind of like across this plain.
Does it seem like we could get to the base of a mesa before the sun goes completely down?
the base of the mesa?
Yeah. There's this plain that you have to cross. That's sort of like fairly open. And that's like kind of like a grassland. That like skirts along the edge of this forest that runs north from where you guys are. And you think that, I mean, you can see the mesa in the distance, and you imagine probably hour and a half, 2 hours would put you close to it. It might take you like 3 hours or 4 hours to get to the base of it.
So we're not gonna make it to the mesa tonight.
Probably not. You could,
All right.
sure. I mean, you're just going to be traveling in the dark.
And we don't really know this terrain well enough to do that safely, with its
I
many
agree.
cliffs.
I agree.
So
And
what's the
big
plan?
things that like to eat people.
Yes, there are a lot of those.
Let's stick to the forest and try to find a suitable habitat for bedding
Humanity.
down for the night.
Yes. So 3 things before we go, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to try to harvest a rib from one of them.
Okay.
And 2, is there a meadow nearby?
A meadow. I mean, you don't see a meadow nearby.
And can we see the highest peak from where we are?
Let's see. Can you see the highest peak from where you are? No, you probably can't see the highest peak from where you are. But you also you're not sure what the highest peak is on this island.
We weren't far from it before.
Well, you weren't far from a mountain before.
Yeah, we don't know if it's the high. Well, it's the highest peak around. So
Right, so it's one of those things.
useful
Having
for
not,
that.
like it's like if you're in a valley or even if you're on like a mountain, if you don't have like a full view of where you are, you'd have to be on top of another mountain to be able to tell if you're potentially the highest peak around.
Wait, did Donda require the highest peak or just on top of a mountain? I think it was
On
just
top of a mountain.
Okay, so it could be any mountain.
I mean, these are guesses, but yes.
Yes. Okay. I mean,
Well, I remember. I mean, that's what
Viz wasn't there for
Ulfi-
any of
no,
that.
No,
So
that's what Ulfi said that Donder said to him in his head.
yes, in his very real head
So
voices.
the question still lies, though. What would you guys like to do? It's getting dark, and the evening of the 8th of Minkay.
Let's take the next 40 minutes to look for a suitable place to bed down for the evening.
Okay, you guys want to find a place to camp here by the riverside?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we can
Good
get
place as
further away
any.
from these no, God, we have 2 giant dead things right here. This is going to attract all kinds of wildlife. We need to get away from these things.
If you insist.
perhaps we can find the meadow.
Like I said, Fal, there is a plain like to your north.
Which we need to head to anyway. Maybe we make it to the edge of the forest line before the plain and find a suitable place along the forest's edge to make camp.
That sounds like a great idea.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna break into that similar grouping that we had before. So we just need a scout.
Tommy,
we need
can
a.
we get some music, please, for the
Oh! I
stream?
thought there was some going. It must have stopped. I forgot.
Yeah, I think when we
Because
were all
I reloaded the
reconnecting
stream,
things, yeah.
it stopped playing.
Sorry about that. Sorry to break character.
You should be. God.
God damn it.
It's called professionalism, boys, and we must uphold it.
I mean, you're the only one who's been not tap.
Well, I'm
Just
the only
kidding.
one doing all this shit, motherfucker.
Oh, and still breaking character. God.
Boys.
That's
What?
That's how
No,
Viz
no.
talks.
I mean, oh yeah, you talked.
Boys.
Never mind. Never mind.
Alright.
Never mind.
So you guys are heading out,
Yes.
traveling towards northwards. It seems, towards the forest's edge, and potentially along it a little bit to get a little bit closer to the mesa that you guys are looking to go towards. So I need you to break into who is our navigator, who is our navigator, who is our trailblazer, and who is our what are we calling it?
Quartermaster.
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 Thank you.
You're welcome.
I could trailblaze.
Okay. Fouls up front. Trailblazer?
I'll navigate.
Tommy, can we
I
turn the
can
music
scout.
down on that a little bit?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jesus
motherfucker.
Christ.
Thank
Thought you
you.
wanted to be immersed. So Fouls are trailblazer. Kenny is navigating. Who is quartermastering?
What does Quartermaster do again? Oh yeah, that's
you know,
me.
there's
It's
the-
making rest and such. Yes,
Yeah, keeping track of things. You know,
that's me.
just that the other thing.
The thinky boy.
All right. Kenny, can you make me a survival check?
I can indeed.
It's so forested.
Alrighty.
14.
Foul, can you make me a perception check?
Perception check. I can. 22.
Okay. Great.
Wow.
So Kenny is able to successfully navigate you guys away from the riverside, and along a path, sort of northward. You're sort of across on your left-hand side as you guys. Let me just make sure I can. On your left-hand side, there's a large field that sort of opens out. It is pretty expansive. I mean, you can't really see the trees on what you imagine is the other side of this field, but it's a big open plain. And you're sort of within 20, 15 feet of where the tree line starts. And the tree line sort of goes off to your right-hand side, which is towards the east. Pretty deep, it's fairly thick, where the jungle kind of continues. And Kenny keeps heading you guys north. Val, you're a little ways ahead of the party, and you scout out a pretty open area that's just in the tree line. That looks like it's got some place where you guys can get down, and there's also a small brook that's within probably like a 5-minute walk of there or so.
Ooh, is it
So you feel like it's a
babbling?
pretty safe spot.
Nice.
So yeah, you feel like this is a good place for you guys to sleep. Is that what you guys want to do? If this is you found a spot at least for camp.
What time of day is it?
The light is just starting to fade a little bit, so it's probably about 5 o'clock.
Well, I guess that's a good time to stop making camp.
Yeah. I would like to scout around and just search the area a little bit further while everyone.
All right. Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
you're
Why
looking
don't
for a
you and
particular
Walden do
fowl?
that?
If he is up for it.
Oh, you know I am.
Viz and I can take care of camp with Billy Bob, and hopefully you guys can find any valuable information for the morning.
Now, Fal, is there anything that you're looking for specifically?
Meadow and a meadow lily.
A meadow and a meadow lily.
That is true.
Okay. Now, do you have any info, or do you know anything about where a meadow lily is supposed to grow?
What it looks like.
I do not.
Do you know what it looks like?
Not a clue.
Okay, so currently you're looking for flowers.
Exactly.
Oh,
and
Thomas, you said I
Yes.
have a trump card book, and I'm going to pull out a book,
you do.
a herbology
acquired.
of this island book.
It is a. I would say it is a. It is a. What would you call that? Like a plant guide to the Isles of Verdun.
Yes.
And so it's got all sorts of flora. And it does have indeed the meadow lily in it. So Fal, I'd say before you head off.
That is awesome. Viz, awesome.
So Viz reads aloud about the meadow lily, and he spouts that the meadow lily is it's grown in a shaded but sunny spot, so something that has partial shade. It is grown usually, it's not out in the wide open in the plains, and a lot of time it needs quite fertile soil to grow. Frequently, it'll be found in high protein, nutrient rich animal dung.
Oh.
Okay.
Spooky.
And in parentheses, it's got elephant.
What about
Which could have been those
tri-tops?
tri-tops.
Yeah.
Look for their footprints, I say.
I will definitely do so.
So there is. I imagine then you're going to be making a survival check as you and Walden go out searching. You guys can both make one as you guys go out searching for some animal tracks for the
My
morning.
survival is very good.
Yeah, I was gonna
JK.
say that's maybe we should have sent Kenny on that.
All right.
11's
So
not horrible.
you guys do
Just
find
shut your
some
mouth.
tracks. You're not sure what kind of creatures they are, but they're definitely big dinosaurs. So
Joy.
it's one of those things where like, Fal, you and Walden don't know much about dinosaurs, so you're like, yeah, dinosaur prints, we got them. All right, sweet, good.
Let's
go.
be honest. Not anybody in this party knows
No.
a whole bunch about dinosaurs.
It's a real lacking
like, all
on
right, cool.
dino knowledge party, if we're being
I,
honest.
for one, believe they don't exist, and that the world was made by God.
To be completely honest, I'm a naturalist, and I
Even though
don't
we
the same
killed them, I
beliefs.
don't believe them to be living.
This does not fit into my creationist theory, so
So I refuse it.
Wait a second.
um,
How did you get? I'm trying to get. Sorry, I've been trying to get my camera to work here, but on
Are you
Chrome, what did I have to hit?
at the address bar at the top,
On the
all the way
right
on the right hand
it.
side of it, there's a camera icon.
And you may have to allow it to broadcast your camera. And then you'll have to reload the page, and then you'll have to tell Row20 that you want to broadcast to others video only.
And then I'm gonna send you a form, and you just have to put your social security number.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
And your
and then
address.
in the chat,
And
if you
then
put,
we all
yeah,
have
your
to reload
social
everything,
and a credit
so-
card number
Yeah.
for us.
All right, let me see if that did it.
And
I actually.
chat.
Oh, it did. Oh, I hate myself. This is horrible. It's just a
All right,
bad
now
angle.
we all have to reload the page, right? In order to get him to-
Maybe.
Do we?
Maybe.
Oh.
No,
redo
I
the
see
chat.
him. I see him.
There, I see him too.
There he is.
Hey, there he
Hey,
is.
we got a Nathan.
He's
Little
back.
schmutz on you.
Back in
All
action.
right.
All right, look
Oh,
at these
so-
squirrely mofos all at the top. All right, so
Yeah, does everyone go to Questhook right now and just check us all out, just so you can see what it looks
I
like?
think it'll crash my computer. No, I'm dead serious. I think if I open it up, it'll be like, you're streaming all these things here and streaming all them there.
How dare you?
Are you watching Netflix? Bam.
Are you doing porn?
All right, so we are camping down for the night. Are you guys, Val? You and Walden have found the tracks. So you're not sure what kind of tracks, but you found the tracks for the morning.
But there's tracks.
What would anything you guys want to do about that?
Follow the tracks.
Yeah. While we are following them, I will pull out rib I harvested and tell Walden, "Thank you for all your help today. I am in your debt, and
Yes, you are.
for your game of ribs." I hand him the tri-top rib, and I tell him, "May it bring you much fortune."
So it's like a fucking 80-foot long rib.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have to break that.
Thank you for this gigantic rib.
That I will
That
play
will be-
steal the rib with.
That will be the hardest rib to steal.
Yeah, you're right.
The only one of us who has the dexterity to do it is you, Walden. So
Yeah.
it is a rigged game.
Well, no,
So,
Val's
and-
at an 18.
And how long do you guys follow these tracks for, time-wise?
Say like half an hour to 45 minutes, I think.
Okay. So it is going to start to get dark as you guys are tracking these things.
Yeah,
And you guys are both humans, right?
half elf.
Human.
Splitting hairs.
Savage.
The real question is,
Racist.
do either of you have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay. No. All right. So as it starts
But
to
I
get
have.
dark, Walden, you're going to need some light.
I activate my radiant revolver and
All
use
right,
it as
so
if
we've
it were a
got-
flashlight.
I love how I imagine you hold it like, out front because it shines off the barrel. So you kind of like hold it like a flashlight walking through the forest.
Exactly.
With Fal, you sort of leading the way.
Think like an episode of the Scooby Doo. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're
get
holding a
that
Glock.
sparking in Modern Warfare.
Yeah, that too.
So you guys follow the tracks for about 45 minutes or so, and you find that they seem to be traveling toward the base of the mesa, and it looks like the trail keeps going.
Okay.
You haven't found any poop, or any flowers.
Okay.
You guys head back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You don't want to keep going?
I do, but I'm hungry. I'm sure you are too.
Slightly hungry, yeah.
We have all the time.
All
go
the
back.
time in the world.
You sure you don't want to camp out here tonight? We could just keep going in the morning. They won't miss us.
Yes, but I will miss them.
Is Walden
Alright,
okay
suit yourself.
trying to murder Fowl
No.
in the night?
John, that's Viz always saying subtext way out loud.
Way off in the very distance where he isn't.
So
No.
do you guys want to head back?
I will head back.
Yes, we will head back.
All right. So it's going to be about 45 minutes. Kenny and Viz, you guys are setting up camp with Billy Bob, shooting the shit. Billy Bob's like,
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I should just start smacking everything that you guys got inside of the Illithid's layer, except for his notes with my stick. I mean, it seems, like a good idea.
Yeah.
Billy Bob's like, what do you mean?
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, I can just de-magic all of it, and maybe it'll get rid of the curse.
But it might also get rid of the enchantments and making them mundane items.
Yeah, or it might do, it might get rid of the magicness, but not the cursedness, which would be even worse than the situation that you guys are all in now.
So,
I mean, if anybody wants me to start smacking things with my stick, just let me know.
I mean,
But-
I'm alright for now.
Yeah.
I imagine Billy Bob looks down at Donder and he's like, no.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be savage. Could you even do that to a soul weapon?
Yeah, probably.
So you would just get
No,
rid
look.
of his soul if you hit that with your shillelagh.
I mean, I really don't want to, but if I had to,
So how do you guys set up the camp? Just like normal, standard.
Yeah, normal camp. I mean,
Normal camp.
No. I'm gonna take extra time to set up camp tonight because there are very large things in the woods that want to eat us. So, I think we're gonna try to
yeah,
find
actually, as a ritual, I'll set the spell alarm
There you go. That's a
around the
good one.
camp.
Since you
All
can
right.
do it with as a
Make a
ritual.
little llama clock.
Well,
we'll
it's
do-
duration 8 hours, 20-foot cube around our camp.
20-foot cube might not quite go around your camp, but you guys could probably sleep within it.
Yeah, so I'll ask Kenny where he wants to set the camps up, and we'll arrange so that the tents are under the 20-foot cube.
We'll
Yeah.
do that, and then I'm gonna go out another 40 feet and start. I'll
And
try
Viz,
to
it doesn't
find.
require concentration, right?
No, it's just duration 8 hours.
Yeah. A lot of times what people will do is they'll like create pathways that would be into and out of their camp, and they'll set up the alarm like within that pathway. Because they're a 20-foot cube, so it'd be like if they cross through that, like that trail or that path or something like that. Or you could put it, you could, because you can cast several of them. It just takes you, what, like 10 minutes to cast or something.
11 minutes per ritual casting.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you know that's like you could take 45 minutes and set up 4 of them in different spots, or you could set up 4 of them next to each other. Oh my. And you know, like that. So it's up to you how you want to set it up. But think about it in those terms that you can use them as like building blocks.
Yeah,
almost.
knowing that I can cast more than one at a time, I would like to create. Are we? I mean, I guess. Where's the camp situation? You said next to a brook, right?
Yeah, the brook's like a 5-minute walk.
And so, is it nestled up against rocks of any kind, or?
No, it's sort of like there's some trees around, and it's like a kind of clearing within the edge of the wood.
So I'll set up enough alarms to cover most of the clearing around us.
You think that
perimeter.
probably either 4 or 5 of them would do.
Yeah, so I'll cast 5 to cover the perimeter around us between the clearing and where the woods are.
All right.
And that'll be our safety net.
And Kenny, is there anything you're specifically doing?
I'm gonna
Yeah, it's terrifying.
take some time and like really scout out if somebody were to come at the camp, which direction they would be coming from, and set a couple of like alarm lines, I guess.
With little tripwires and stuff.
Yeah, rope and some you know.
Yeah. Can
some
you
way
make
to
me a survival check? All right.
15.
Cool. Yeah. So you set up I'd say probably like a half dozen trip lines. You know, little like basically little like either rock falls or tree falls, like things that'll like make noise more than anything else. And I'd say about an hour and a half passes by, and then you can hear some light discussion as the footsteps of 2 humanoids are heard in the woods, and you see the shining of like a flashlight.
I'll call out to them to watch out for the alarm lines, and then I'll.
Now, Ewan, can you make me a perception check?
Yeah.
Actually, with no, okay, make me a perception check. Okay.
23.
Yeah, so you
Wow.
see that Kenny's laid a few like tripwires and stuff, and you point them out to Walden.
And my alarms go off, I guess. I'm like, who's that? Who's that?
Yeah, exactly. There's like a little.
It is just us.
Perimeter breached.
Yeah,
Perimeter
you
breached.
Yeah,
guys
because
come
it's
into
just
a
in my
well-set up
mind.
camp.
So I'm just like, who's that? Who's that? What's that?
Kenny, with your 15 survival, Fal, you feel like Kenny's doing an okay job making dinner.
Could be better. Could have.
It's
a
one of
little
those things where
further
you're like,
touch.
why didn't you wait, man?
Because it's dark, you motherfuckers.
Is
But,
it
like, you know,
salvageable?
What's that?
Is it salvageable?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's good.
Okay,
Look,
I'll jump in it.
I just did all the prep work, okay? That's all
It's
I
like-
did. I mean, you know,
It's like dominoes instead of like a fancy New York pizza joint.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Instead of say Papa John's.
Yeah, it's no
Say
Sbarro.
Papa John's with the garlic dip
With
inside.
When I'm in New York, I go to my favorite corner pizza joint.
Papa John's.
Sbarro.
Yes, Sbarro.
So yeah, it's
Michael Scott.
it's no Sbarro. Don't get me wrong.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. That makes
but
sense.
it's pretty good. It's
mean, that's
some,
a high
it's some
bar.
solid Domino's, maybe even Tombstone Pizza, which is pretty good
Okay, yeah.
for sure.
It's like the Buca di Beppo in Times Square. It's,
Exactly. You're like, all right, I guess this is real.
yeah.
It's also tri-top meat, so you're like,
It's kind of gamey.
gamey. Yeah. But you imagine it would make a good burger.
Oh, tri-top burger. That
Yeah,
sounds
like,
exotic.
If this was ground up, it would be very
What
nice.
about
Do you think we should save some meat for merchant? Like maybe.
Well, you've cooked 4 of your day's rations, so you've got 4 left of that stuff.
I thought we had 10 days rations.
Oh well, I guess you've cooked 5 because of Billy.
Oh, that's right. We always forget he
He's like, you could have
exists.
cooked the 6th.
We're like,
Would've
shut
been
the fuck up, Billy.
no tri-tip for you.
Try tip, just the tip.
So, are you guys setting watches? Or are you guys just gonna go to sleep?
We all just pass out, no watches. Well, I mean, I do have alarms set, so we can all
that's
just
what
go
I'm
to sleep. I tell everybody.
I'm
Is
tired
this
from
someone
stabbing that
with-
thing's face.
I mean,
I'm
someone will have to watch for 4 hours while I sleep. I mean, it'll wake me
I'll
up,
do
but
that. I'll do that. That'll be fine.
and then the rest
if
of the
all of us
time.
can sleep, if we can all rest for 8 hours, we can be out of here around or just before daybreak,
Yes.
and maybe we can do some
That'd be true.
early morning traveling.
Nice.
All right, so you guys are going to initiate a long rest. So on all of your character sheets, click the long rest button, blink,
Oh, we got to
and
do
just
that.
press take a long rest.
And then confirm it.
So I will do so
And
for
then-
Billy
Or it'll
Bob.
do it automatically after 3
Right.
seconds.
Take long rest.
It keeps resetting the HP to 20 for me for some reason. It's so weird.
It says reset maximum HP changes during this reset.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
know.
Right. For sure, DM.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, shit. I lost maximum, didn't I? I'm down 5 because somebody cursed me.
Actually cursed yourself.
Yeah.
You cursed yourself, all right?
No. All right.
How do I
So
set that again? I
let's
forget.
see what happened.
Listen, no one curses themselves. That's just ridiculous.
Okay.
I'm really
So-
loving the expression
Really, you're-
on Joe.
Yeah.
So- really gonna-
Joe, stop covering your fucking camera.
So
Show me that
the rests go off without a hitch. You guys are able to hang out, get some shut eye. The alarms don't go off. There's nothing tripped or tangled or anything like that. So everything's actually great. No problems during the long rest. And you guys awaken just in the pre-dawn hours, just as the sun's starting to come up, and sort of get your shit together.
Put it in a backpack so it's together.
Just get all your shit, put it in a bag.
So what's the plan?
Reckon we should find a place with food. We should probably head to a settlement.
Just one sec. I'm going to say hi to Haley, my girlfriend. She's watching right now, being a creep. Say hi in chat, you jerk.
She's a bot.
She's
Yeah,
a bot.
she's-
Yeah.
She's a Canadian.
Or
Canadian
sponsor
bot.
us. Sponsor us.
Canadian bot.
Yeah.
Um,
She lives in
I suppose
Canada,
we'll-
guys. You'll meet
I
her.
suppose we'll make a quick breakfast, break down camp, and then head towards the base of the mesa.
We did find a trail. Some footprints.
Really? Oh,
Yes.
well, maybe we can follow them. Perhaps they'll take us to a nice pile of scat.
Yes,
Scat.
that's the idea.
Fingers
we don't have
crossed
that much
we
food, is that
find a
correct?
giant pile of shit.
So you guys are gonna follow the random dinosaur prince?
I suppose so. Well, I mean,
we're gonna
can we
head
like
towards the base of the mesa.
so we
Yeah,
can-
as soon as we find them, I will look at Kenny and I will ask him, do they look like Tri-Top prints to you?
Kenny, make me a survival check.
Ooh,
Yeah.
no one's
I mean,
doing well.
I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They
Wait,
look
I know.
large
Wait.
enough.
I know two things about tritops, and being that I am a survivalist. If it's the two-footed lizard that I saw in the clearing before we went into the temple, it would have a different walk pattern than the tritops, which I
Probably
know because
would.
one charged me and gored me.
That's true.
that they're
Unfortunately, your
four-footed.
personal knowledge does not do anything to the effect that the prints are not good enough for you to be able to tell.
I
even
can't
as you
tell
follow.
whether it's a four-footed animal or a two-footed animal.
You
Or
can tell it might be a
animals.
tri-top. It's probably big enough.
Okay. We should keep moving towards the base of the mesa. Maybe we'll
This
find a
trail
meadow
does
before
go
we
in that
get there.
direction.
Maybe we'll find a meadow before we get to the base of the mesa.
That is as good a plan as any.
Well,
Right. I'm going to send Terry up in the air to try and find any large animals that may be walking around. And we can use that as a basis as well.
How is Terry's sense of smell?
I don't know. How do birds smell? I imagine
they
not
do.
surprisingly well. I mean, they have air holes in their nose, their beaks.
Do you share a a sense of smell with Terry?
I hope not.
Probably not. All right, so are you guys gonna head out on the trail?
Yes.
All right, heading north on the trail. Kenny, why don't you make me a survival check?
I want to look at you while you do it.
Val, can you make me a perception check?
Wow, killing the rose today.
So you guys spend the better part of about 3 hours on this trail. It's intermittent. The footprints are here or there, but Kenny's able to track them pretty good, and Val, you're able to keep spotting them basically. And you're also able to find that there's not really any danger or anything like that in the area until about the third hour. Hour 3, you see that these footprints are becoming much more recent. Kenny tells you that they're probably just maybe a couple hours old, if anything. And you can see that there's a clearing in the thick wood that you guys have been traveling through.
Thick wood.
And it's sort of just off to the east of where you guys are. It's kind of off to your right a little bit.
do the tracks head that way?
Well, Fal's sort of up in front of everybody. And yes, to answer your question, Kenny, the tracks do lead off that way. And Fal, you can see glinting through, the leaves and stuff like that, that there are some little yellow flowers growing off on the side of this clearing. You also notice that in this clearing, there looks like there's some large beast slumbering. You think you need to get closer to try to check it out to see really what it is.
The beast or the flowers?
The whole thing.
Well, this happens
You
to be
can
my
kind of see it through
specialty.
the trees a little bit.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
did we miss an opportunity to put Donder on top of a mountain again at first light?
Listen, man,
Well-
there are some other things that we're nowhere near a mountain in order to put him on top of it. So
Ophi's
Yeah,
I
gone,
put-
man.
I kicked Donder down to the list of priorities. His fingers
I'm just
pointing it at Fal Ewan.
saying, while we're here, it's something we could
we
have
could-
kept in
let's-
mind.
Well, we still have a couple of days on this island
There's gonna be other mountains, baby. Come on.
Yeah, there you go. Walden's starting to look on the bright side. Let's.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's against being against character.
Now, maybe I should get these flowers going in places quietly. That is my
Fowler, are you gonna go back and tell the party about this?
Yeah, I would like to go back and get help.
All right. So yeah, you head back to the party. They're probably 5 minutes down the trail.
Okay. I go back and I tell them, I spy flowers ahead, and there is something sleeping in the distance.
Huh.
There's always an animal, isn't there? There's always something.
It's never easy.
It's
You want me to get 'em?
easy.
So, let's go get you those flowers.
I can get them.
Do you think we can get them secretly without having to fight whatever is dozing nearby?
Well, I think it would be wise to make sure these are the flowers we are searching for.
You feel like Viz, you'd be able to. There's a sketch of them in your book.
Yeah, I mean, I'd open up to the flowers. Are these they?
Val, you weren't close enough. You're like, they're both yellow.
I sent Terry.
It's a start.
Terry, go check out the flowers.
What are you having Terry do with the flowers?
I'm gonna show him the flower in this book and be like, go to those flowers and see if they look like these flowers.
Okay, you're just gonna have him fly in there.
Well, Terry fucking hates you. How about that? How about fucking Terry can take your fucking attitude and shove it up your fucking lily white ass?
Hey man,
Right?
that wasn't Walden. That was Nate talking.
So Terry flies off. Can Terry make me a stealth check?
Let me bring up a thrush's stats.
Oh, he's a thrush.
He's a thrush. He's a robin.
Robin.
But that's
Is a robin
thrush.
a thrush?
Yes.
Oh, you learn something new every day. Hello, Wikipedia.
Well, he doesn't have a stealth check. He just has a +2 dex. So,
Yeah, he can make it with a +2.
all right.
Thrush is a family bird.
17, pretty good.
All right. So Terry flies in, lands and hops around a
He
bit.
has a +5 to perception.
About.
And he has low light vision.
Okay. And about 5 minutes later, Terry comes back. And he's like, chirp, chirp.
He can talk. He speaks. He's like, hey, so what's... What
He's
does
like,
he
yeah,
say?
they're the right flowers.
All right,
He's like,
tight.
yeah, I think so.
All right, so we go... Yeah, and you hate Terry. Huh. Mr. Sassy Pants.
So those are the right flowers?
They are, yes.
Well, I know one person that can go in quietly enough to pick them.
Do it, go.
All right.
You know what? Just in case, I think we should all collectively get closer before Walden goes off by himself.
Billy Bob may blow it.
Billy Bob's like, Mark.
I mean, we love you, but you're not sneaky, bub.
We are still not sure what that beast is ahead of us.
Where the beasts have no name.
I mean, we should definitely all get within 100 yards
All right,
in order.
Then let us get going.
let's move silently. I will move silently, even
All
though
right,
we don't
everybody
have to.
make me a stealth check as you guys travel down the trail.
Boom!
Got a 28, a 24,
Wow.
Nice.
21,
What's Billy Bob?
plus 1.
+1. Boom!
21, and a nat 1 for So you guys are traveling through. So it's like fucking super silent. It's a Mission Impossible style. You guys are moving from tree to tree. Billy Bob's like doing the Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah.
Like running from thing to thing, you know, like, and I'm sneaking around and nobody can see me. And Kenny, yeah, Kenny, how do you fuck it up?
He's
So
like
Kenny's walking along. He's at the very back of the pack, and he packs himself a real big bowl of elvish pipeweed, and he takes a huge pull on it, and like he like trips, and it makes him like gulp in a way that he's not used to, and he's just like, and he coughs for like 3 minutes straight. He just can't stop.
All
right, so that everybody else sort of like freezes in there.
Yeah, starts sweating bullets.
And Fal, make me a perception check.
You got it.
You're a trailblazer.
Oh damn.
Okay. Fal, you think that there's definitely something out there
We're
that might have
screwing
heard
the
you.
pooch, boys. We're screwing
I
the
look
pooch.
back and I'm like, Kenny, are you okay?
Yeah, for real. Everyone, shut the fuck up.
All right,
I think I'm
so
okay.
Fal, you thought you heard something, but it's not. You don't hear anything coming towards you. So
Thank you.
I can scout
you guys
ahead.
continue down the trail. Fal, you get them to the point that you were at before, and
Okay.
you still see this thing slumbering.
Oh, that's
And you guys can kind of see it through like the branches of the trees.
I'm
and stuff.
gonna like take a look with
Little
my
yellow
elven
fly.
eyes, like,
I'm gonna pull out my spyglass.
I too am gonna
I
put
have
out my
one.
spyglass.
All right, why don't you guys make me a perception check? You don't get advantage.
Yay!
No, you don't get advantage. I said, fuck you. Your spyglass isn't helping. It's not that far. You're in the woods.
Oh. I got an 8.
Definitely looks like a big beast. Probably
Toy.
dino.
All right. I thought they didn't exist. Mm.
they don't.
Kenny, you're like, oh yeah, definitely dinosaur. I'm also
Hey,
Beastmaster Extraordinaire.
Well, yes, thank
That
God.
is a Trexosaur.
God,
That's the big one that we don't want
Oh,
to be around.
yeah, that's a
Jansky.
fucking T-Rex. All right.
Yeah,
Near our
we
poop
wanna-
flowers.
Yeah, we need to. Shut the fuck up!
What? Shh, what?
Everybody, shut the fuck up!
Shh.
That's
You
a
shh.
Trexosaur.
Stop.
Shh.
No, shh.
I swear to God, Fizz, I will fill your mouth with sand.
No, you gotta shh.
Anyway,
So what do you guys do?
I'm gonna go
like,
for it.
Walden,
you gotta go get it.
I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
All right, so
28.
Walden, that's your stealth check to move up.
28. Yep.
Okay.
Boom, that's my boy. That's my sweet baby boy.
So
I'm like, give me some of that fucking Elvis pipe. I'm gonna need this if the Trex wakes up.
Oh.
oh, shit. What we got here?
Oh.
We got a new motherfucking man.
So Walden, you can see yourself
New
on the left-hand
motherfucking
side
man.
here.
Wow, that's a big dino. Shit.
Oh, it's that
Eggs.
close, eh?
So Walden, you sneak close up
Oh,
to
that's terrifyingly close.
and you get yourself into you're started like there's like the breaking of the trees really kind of starts here a little bit. And you're crouched down behind this little bush, and you can see this pile of dung that's got a bunch of flowers growing out of it. There's a whole bunch of really nice flowers and all sorts of things growing there.
Oh, I have
but
to
you
root
see-
around and shit.
Yeah, they are. There's some shit. You also see a enormous dinosaur slumbering, and it looks like it's slumbering next to this nest that it's made. And you can see that in that nest there are 2 eggs,
Okay.
and those eggs are probably about a foot tall and probably about like 8 to 10 inches wide or so.
Very tasty omelets.
So what would you like to do?
I'm gonna try to get those flowers.
All right. Why don't you go and make me a stealth check? as you will be able to move your speed.
Thank God for these advantages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and move your
Unfortunately, it's the
speed,
first one.
Walden.
Yeah. Like double move or
Well, yeah, you can use your move action.
oh, I have a bonus action. Is it like a turn?
Yeah, exactly. We're doing it turn based.
And then I have a bonus action but I don't think I can stealth. I think it's like sprinting away.
Yeah.
Oh, dash.
Your dash. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I ain't
you
gonna
can
do that.
you can move again. You found another place to hide. You're under this next bush. And you can see this thing, you can hear it snoring.
Just another dino's about to fuck me up.
So why don't you make me another stealth check?
24.
Okay. You shuffle some leaves and stuff as it would like in this one as you move. And the thing does one of those like snorts. Like
Ah,
but doesn't wake up.
Everyone, shh.
You feel like your next move would put you in space to be able to get these.
We'll put you in space.
So, you want to sneak up to him?
I do.
All right, go right ahead.
I would like to
23.
Okay. What's up, Val?
just ready an arrow.
All right. You'll like draw your bow and like pull an arrow back and just be like, ah.
Yeah.
So Walden, you get yourself right up to where all these flowers are growing, and there's probably about 24 of them growing here.
It smells amazing. It's fresh.
What would you like to do?
I don't know how many he needs, but hopefully pick a few.
Okay, pick a few.
Also, is there like a rock I can pick up nearby?
Yeah.
I'll just have that on me as well.
All right,
Just in case.
just in case, pick up a rock.
Yeah, well,
Sure.
like a snake Pliskin or a solid snake move,
I know what you mean.
this thing wakes up.
So yeah, you
Talking
pick up a rock that's like baseball sized, and you're able to harvest 3 of these flowers. Why don't
Okay.
you make me a stealth check when doing so? Just as to not slip in the dung.
22. It's going down by 1 each roll.
Oh, golly.
So you lose your footing for a sec. Just enough to make that kind of
A 22.
sound. Yeah, with a 22. And Walden, you instinctively look over at the thing, because you made like a small amount of sound, and you don't see it moving. Make me a perception check.
Farts. It's a farty sound. We always knew we would die by farts.
19.
Walden, you see that one of its right eye is open,
Oh, shit. Wow.
and it's looking at you while you've got like a handful of flowers. It's not moving, but it's just
Can I? I'm just going to slink back and lay down, I guess, in the poop
Biz is like...
and
Yeah.
try to hide.
Yeah, go ahead. Make me a stealth
Just make
check.
it, it's like you never saw me. I was never here.
All right. Make me a slink away stealth check.
Oh, no.
20. It goes down every time.
Oh, Jesus. A 20.
All right, you slink yourself back. It blinks at you, and it's still just sitting there.
Hey guys, let's go after its eggs next.
Yeah, right?
Do you want to try to sneak away?
Let's punch it
Yeah,
in the
sure
dick.
do. Yeah.
All right.
15.
Oh, boy.
Well, my boots are covered in shit.
It picks up its head as you make your. Go ahead and make your 60 feet.
Okay.
So it picks up its head, and you hear a big like.
Okay. I want to throw my rock because I picked up a rock,
You did pick up a rock.
and I want to throw it in like this direction.
Okay, go ahead and make me a dexterity based just throw. No proficiency. Just plus your dex. All right, so you hurl the rock in that.
No.
I'd say it falls like a little bit short. Kind of lands in
It
the
lands in
the
the
dung.
dung.
By the flowers, and it whips its head over that way. And then like what do you do?
I'm trying to hide, sit while it's distracted. Get behind this tree and hide.
Okay, make me a stealth check with disadvantage.
Oh,
Oh, great.
boy.
So just regular, because you have advantage normally.
Oh, okay. Oh my god.
Oh no.
All right, so you like step on some branches and stuff as you start to pick up some speed, and it like turns its head, and you hear like the as it like starts to like pick itself up. From a distance, you guys feel the like gong, gong of like 2 feet sort of righting themselves. Walden, what do you do?
Not
We need to
good.
go.
I'm gonna run for my sorry little life.
Okay, so this thing stands up and roars. You guys hear its deafening roar through the forest, and you see Walden running with a handful of flowers
Hey, he got the flowers at least.
in your
I'm gonna
direction.
What a good
stuff
sight, let's
them into my
go.
pocket.
I imagine it's one of those scenes where you guys see Walden and he runs past you like, "Let's go!" and the footsteps are begin to be heard behind you.
I'm going to cast the spell Web. I have that spell. And yeah, I hope.
Okay.
Well,
Can I
yeah.
also cast a spell?
Yeah, sure.
I forgot. I always forget about my spells, and I want to use one.
This thing is
I'm gonna-
chasing you, so cast spells however you
I'm gonna
like.
use a silent image, and I'm going to attempt, and I'm gonna have it run away from me, and it's gonna look like me running,
Oh, okay. Like in a
and I'm
different
gonna
direction.
like slink off and hide while it's going on.
You're gonna actually slink off and hide, and you're gonna make the silent image run away.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Which
Yeah.
I
Just
think
what's the
works.
range on silent image?
It is
60
feet.
60 feet.
Yep, 60 feet.
Okay. Yeah. So you can make it move, or you can make it be within 60 feet of you.
Okay.
Are you good with that?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So what does everybody else do? Walden sort of, ducks into some cover, and you see illusionary Walden run off in a slightly different direction.
I cast Web in the path of where that illusion ran. Like, if the T-Rex is going to follow it, wherever the path leads it to follow that illusion, I'm going to cast Web on the ground in the way of that. And then I'm going to hide.
All right.
Or run, I guess. Run away.
Val, are you going to run or hide? What's your...
I'm running away. I'm going to run away. I'm not going to hide. I'm going to run. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Val?
I heard run, so I am going to run as well.
Okay. Kenny?
Oh, battle music.
Kenny, what are you going to do?
I was the one that screamed run, so
Also
I'm gonna
run.
Unless well, I see the illusionary Walden running, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be like, where the fuck's he going? He's going the wrong way, and start running.
Okay. So who's leading the run? Fal, you were our trailblazer before.
Yes.
All right, so you're still leading the run. And at this moment, because you're running, you're gonna make our or survival check to figure out which direction you guys run in.
Okay. 15.
So you guys take off. You're headed westward. You feel like busting out into the plain might be your best option. Because this thing, you just have to put as much distance between it and you as possible. So the three of you guys take off. Walden, let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom, do I...
So, Walden, this thing follows your illusion. And it does get caught in this web that Viz has sort of laid for it.
Oh, no.
And it looks like this thing is kind of trapped for, at least momentarily. What would you like to do?
I mean, I guess now I got to sneak around it. I was just going to run after the thing. I want to try to go off in the direction that they went. But I don't want to get eaten by a dinosaur.
You
All
do
right.
know, Walden, that the web is flammable.
I don't really have... I bashed my... what's it called?
Lantern.
My lantern on an
Don't
evil...
you have a little bit of magic,
altar.
maybe?
All I have are illusions.
All right,
That-
so, Walden, what would you like to do?
I guess I have to
Like,
sneak
go off, or
around
you want
this
to just
thing.
run?
I want to sneak around so that it still has its attention on that, and then start running towards them.
Okay, go ahead and make me a stealth check, just to get around this thing.
25.
Nice, he's back.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't seem to notice you, and then you start to take off, and your illusion disappears as well.
Yep.
Once you
'Cause I'm
get
stopped.
far enough away from it, and you hear this thing roar in the distance and struggle for, let's see, what does it need to do to break the web?
The web fills a 20-foot cube. The webs are difficult terrain and lightly obscure their area. Each creature that starts its turn in the web, dex saving throw. On a
Dex.
failed save, the creature is restrained as long as it remains in the web or until it breaks free with a strength check against my spell
So
save.
It's restrained, so it just needs to make a strength check to break free.
Yeah, it needs to be a 16.
Okay, so it busts free of these webs.
I assume
And
it has
you're
a great strength.
and you're running, Walden, through the woods. You're maybe a turn's pace or so behind everybody else. You can see them in the woods ahead of you. And you can hear the Trexosaur behind you. It is, let's see if it can track your guys' scent.
If it can Trex a sword.
Oh!
Oh,
I'm
boys,
an idiot.
be right back.
Okay, so you hear it running. You think you're not sure, but it's probably running in your direction. Fal, what do you do? Because you're the one up front running.
Yeah. What do I see? Like what?
Basically, you're running through the forest at the moment, like through the jungle.
Okay.
And you're making your way, what you think is towards the west, which you think will dump you out into the plains.
Is there? Can I hear any signs of water in any direction?
Not at the moment.
Damn. Okay, then I'm just going to continue running into any place that I think might be kind of defensive, giving us some sort of like height advantage or something, like sloping upwards maybe.
Okay, so trying to run like uphill a little bit if you can find it.
Yeah.
As you're running, you do see that ahead of you, the ground does start to like if you head north, if you like were to turn your direction northwards, you can see that the mesa is in that direction, and you might be able to find a way on top of it.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So you sort of turn the direction northwards. Kenny, are you still here? We lost video on Kenny.
Thank God.
I know. Right. He's still here on Discord, so not quite sure what that's all about. Kenny, we can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I was.
There we go.
I
We lost you for a second.
My window closed for no reason.
So Kenny, you see Fal Yuen turn to the north as he's running. Fal, do you say anything?
I just yell, "This way!"
Is that the direction of the plateau?
Yeah, it's the direction of the mesa.
Yeah, that's agreed. Heading that direction.
Okay. Viz, do you follow as well?
I do.
Okay. So the group of you guys start running north. Walden, what are you up to? You're a little ways behind, and you see them sort of turn their direction.
I cast long strider on myself.
All right. What does that do?
It increases my speed by 10 feet for an hour.
Nice.
So I'm going to try to catch up with him.
Okay. So you guys continue to run. You can still hear crashing behind you guys. And why don't you, let's see, collectively make me a stealth check as you guys run through the woods to try to lose this thing. Actually, stealth might not be the best thing. Why don't you guys make me a survival check?
Even worse.
Something wisdom.
Oh,
Survival.
boy.
2, so we've got a 3. We're going to be taking average. An 18, a 12.
15. How is that the worst?
Can someone roll me a +5? Sorry, not a +5. Yeah, +5 for Billy Bob.
Wow.
24.
Billy Bob
Can we get an
carrying
average
us.
of those?
I'll do
So
it.
21.
John,
As the one who did the worst roll, I'll do it.
33.
I think it's 115.
57.
14 is the average. 14.4.
14's the average. Okay, so you guys are pretty quiet, and you feel like after you guys run for about 30 minutes or so, you begin to head up this hillside, and the trees start to thin out as you're beginning to get on top of what you think is the mesa, and you can hear the sounds of the Trexosaur dying down behind you, and the heavy footsteps and stuff are not as close behind. You think that you may have lost this thing.
I do not want to think. I want to know we've lost. Keep going.
All right, make me another collective survival check.
Oh boy. Viz doing slightly better.
Okay, and one for Billy
It's
Bob with a +5.
Oh,
got an
no.
11. Okay, so looks like what's our average here, Jimmy J?
We
It's
have
gonna be
11,
We have
11, 10,
63.
13, 18.
11, 11, 13, 18, 10. Divided by 5, 12.
All right.
12.6. So 13 if we round up, because it's 0.6.
So you guys feel like you've lost this thing.
Woo!
Oh my god. And Walden like brings up the rear with a bouquet of flowers that he hands over to Fal Yuen, I take it.
That's not how that goes at all. Thank you for the suggestion. I'll put that in my little suggestion box.
Yeah, that's.
I don't
let's
read
put
it. I never
Yeah,
read
so
it.
Fal, eventually you bring the group to a halt, and you feel like you've gained some high ground. You don't hear the dinosaur behind you anymore.
Yeah.
All right, we need to stop doing that.
I can't wait until I can turn into things that can fly. That's
Can't
just
wait
gonna
till
make
we
things so
stop
much
fighting dinosaurs.
better.
As Walden comes up, I look at him and I say, "I'm glad you're here. You smell like shit."
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
He said you smell like shit.
Yeah. I
He-
need
yeah,
to
he's
find the nearest
fairly
creek and lay down.
and
to it.
jump in it.
All right. You're gonna try to find some water. All right. You don't hear anything nearby, but you feel like you'd be able to find some eventually.
Who was looking for water?
Walden.
I throw him a skin of water.
That I cannot bathe in this, but thank you so much for your.
Oh,
kindness.
you were hoping to bathe in it.
Yes.
He smells like shit, as you kindly pointed out.
So it is mid-morning.
That's the
About
second time that I've seen that giant dinosaur. That thing's
11 o'clock
crazy.
or so. It
This is
is
lousy
the
Yeah.
8th. No, sorry, the 9th
9th of Canaan.
of Minkay.
Minkay.
When am I to meet
So-
Jake? Jakey Poo.
What are you guys up to? Walden, you're gonna try to find a stream, all right?
Yeah, it's the water source. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys spend about 20 minutes or so and are able to find a water source, like a small stream that you
Great.
can wash off in.
I shall do so.
I'll assist by, making
You're gonna
sure
bathe
food-
me?
No, no. While you're bathing, I was
His
gonna clean
+1
your, like,
sponge of bathing.
boots. Your boots and your gear are probably all shit covered.
He'll polish
You
your
guys
mouth.
have all-
I'm just
you
like,
guys,
I'm
you
just
guys
like,
have all had it rough for the past couple of days.
As
I
soon
feel
as
like I'm the
Kenny-
only one who hasn't.
as soon as Kenny gets near my pack, I'm like, no, get out of there. I'm gonna take care of this. And I'm
Ugh.
suspiciously hoarding my pack and wash the shit off myself.
All
What
right.
time of day is it?
I'm gonna go upstream.
It's
of
like
wherever
11.
He is.
It's almost noon.
So
I'm
it's
gonna
on,
go
on the 11th of Minkay.
No, on the 9th
Ninth.
of Minkay.
9th of Minkay.
So yeah, what are you guys doing? Walden, what's happening with the flowers?
I just stuffed them in my pocket.
All right.
Did we notice that?
Probably.
I don't think you ever saw them, but
Yeah, and you probably never. You just saw him run by with them, but you don't see that he has them now.
Did we get the flowers? That's why we did all of this.
Yeah, I look at Walden and I say, "What? How did it go?"
oh, it went well. I got the flowers.
All right, good.
Can we see them?
Sure. I take them out and show it to him and put them back in my pocket.
Yeah, he has the flowers. He shows them to you for a second.
He's probably going to try to make you buy them from him because he's evil now. So get ready
My
for that.
concern is that they are.
What's evil? What's good? What's evil? What are these metagamey things you always talk about? I
Billy
don't
Bob's like,
understand.
"What do you mean he's evil now?"
Use your detect evil spell. See what pops up.
He's like, I don't have a spell like that.
You should.
It's like, what do you mean he's evil?
Nah, don't worry about it. He's cursed. He's cursed, and so he's all spicy now.
He looks at you. He's like, "You're cursed."
I also am cursed. Just I have a different type of spice on me.
Double cursed.
Hey, what are you guys mumbling about over there?
That you're going to try to make Foul buy the flowers from you.
What's
That is
that?
fine, but I am more concerned about the fact that you are stuffing flowers in your pockets.
What's wrong with stuffing flowers in my pocket?
Put them
I
in your
think that
pocket,
degrades
in your
their
back
potency a
pocket.
little bit.
What's that?
I think that degrades their potency a little bit. I mean, how neatly and
Oh, I'm sure they're just stuffed in his pocket.
They're fine. What am I supposed to do with them? What would you have done with them?
Can we put them in the bag of holding to keep them safe?
No, we can't put them in the bag of holding to keep safe.
I
Why
think we
can we not put them in the bag of holding to keep them safe, Walden?
Because they're safe in my pocket. Next question.
I do not think they are safe in your pockets.
They are fine. Kenny, tell them about flowers and how they're fine.
Tell them about flowers.
Yes, I do trust Kenny's judgment on this.
Are
I'm
they
gonna
safe in his
have to-
pocket, Kenny?
Can I use an? I'm gonna.
You don't need to make a check. You don't need to make a check.
No, they're not safe in your pocket.
Before
Walden.
before that, can I use persuasion on Kenny?
I mean, you can try to. Yeah, sure. Make me a check just to. He doesn't have to abide by it.
Oh,
But-
okay.
No,
So
no,
it doesn't-
no.
Because it's interpersonal.
No, go ahead. Make the roll blind. I won't
Doink.
look at the. I won't look at the results.
Oh, you can look at
Maven-
the results. It's just that you can decide how that affects your character and how you want to
Well,
play.
no,
into it.
I honestly don't believe the flowers.
Well then, Kenny,
Well, I mean,
what would
here's
be
how
the
we
best
actually
way-
figure it out. Walden actually persuade him with words. How
Yeah.
play it
Kenny,
out, role
what
play
would
it.
be the safest way to travel with these flowers? Then?
For herbalist purposes, you'd probably want to press them between sheets.
In a book, maybe? And I open up my
Yeah.
herbalist book.
I also have a spell book. I'm just gonna put them in there and be like,
They are pressed.
I look at Kenny.
That'd work.
Okay. As long as they are not in your pockets.
I'm
While
glad we're all happy.
yes.
Bless you, DM.
Listen.
Ooh,
Listen,
so
be-
mighty sneeze.
Go
Um,
better help me. I need some guidance.
All right, so you've got the flowers jammed in your pocket. You've bathed off a little bit.
They're jammed
Or
in
sorry,
the
they're in
book
the book.
now.
Yeah, they're in the book.
I'm gonna head upstream of where he's bathing and fill my water skin.
Yeah, same.
Alrighty.
Why? I
Because
already
you're
got this
covered in
water
poopy.
downstream.
And let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break. It's 9:30.
5-minute break.
Means it's time for a
9:37.
5-minute break. So go ahead and I don't know how you turn off your. Maybe you want to put a little something in front of your camera if you're gonna get naked.
Oh, everyone, don't look at his balls. DM's gonna show his balls.
All right, so we will be back in 5. Let's just make sure. 5. Okay, we'll be back in 5. I will turn on some nicer music for anybody who just wants this in the background, just because you love it, just because you're gonna sponsor us.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us.
Be a
You gotta
sponsor
sponsor
of
us.
All right, we will be back.
Sponsor
We
us,
lost-
please.
We
And
lost you,
sponsor
Walden.
us now.
Are
Yeah.
you no longer in Roll20, Walden?
Yeah, I closed it because I don't want people to see my peen.
Oh,
Oh.
he's gonna. Well, they can hear
Oh.
about your peen because they can still hear you.
I'm not
I
even
mean,
doing
you
anything.
again,
I just get
the-
naked and walk around. That's it.
The
Oh,
idea
boy.
of, everybody will see a different image of peen when they think about peen, It's
And
It's not-
scene.
And seen on the peen.
peen scene.
John Pina. You know, I'm gonna make a cup of tea, even though it's kind of late. Do you think it's too late for a cup of tea? Everyone's gone. Well, viewers, it's just you and me. Do you think it's too late for a cup of tea? It's too late. I know. I shouldn't. It's relaxing, But it also has caffeine, and I need to sleep. Eventually. Life's hard. Life's real hard.
And we're back. Welcome back, hookers.
Hey, Mr. GM, I have a coffee-based question for you.
Oh, please. Please inquire. Hold on, let me turn the Elven Glade music down. Please. Please inquire.
Is 8 hours long enough for a cold brew to brew?
Is it a toddy method, like a steep?
Yeah, it's just grounds inside the brew, or inside the water.
What's the... to answer your question simply, yes.
Okay.
8 hours is long enough.
Okay. I've been stirring like every 2-ish hours.
You don't need to stir.
No, I don't.
No. The more you stir it, the more bitter it will get.
All right. Well, I will stop stirring it.
Don't stir.
I've only stirred it 3 times.
So is it really coarsely ground?
It's like a medium grind.
Okay, you might want to stop it at like 6 hours.
Okay.
Only because, like, if you really want like a really coarse grind, so you get a really slow extraction. So what I would do is at 6 hours. Is it all in like a bag?
No, it's just in a.
It's like a solution.
It. Yeah. Well, no. It's just grounds inside water. I was gonna transfer it and strain them through like cheesecloth.
Right. So it's just like a mixture right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That I thought you meant like it was like a cold brew.
No. Because if you had like a bag, then you could like taste what you already have.
Yeah.
But just let it go the full 8 hours, and then just for the next time, if you find that it's like a little stronger than you want it, and by stronger I just mean like a little bit more bitter than you want it to be. Try a much less. Try a really, really coarse grind, like as coarse as you can get.
So like if it was like a grinder in say a regular store, like a ShopRite, that you grind your own beans.
Yeah, do they have a setting for like French press?
Probably. Yeah.
They have a setting for French press. Use that.
Okay. Cool.
Which would really,
Thank
really
you.
Coarse. Yeah.
Appreciate it, because.
And you want to do a pound to a gallon.
A pound to a gallon. I did 3/4 of a cup to. Well, I did 1.5 cups to 7 cups. It was supposed to be 8 cups, but I cut the last cup in half because I wanted it to just be a little bit more concentrated.
8 cups is half a gallon.
Yeah.
1.5 cups. It might be a little weak. You'll see. We'll find out.
That's good. That's good. But that just means I'll strain it before I go to bed tonight.
But yeah, in the a pound to a gallon's a good ratio.
Awesome. I can definitely pull that off.
All right. Well, we are back. We've lost video for Naven, but otherwise, I think
Oh
he's
shit!
back.
Sorry,
We lost your video.
I'm back.
I don't know what
Yeah,
happened.
yeah. No, I turned because I was just walking around.
Naked.
I'll get back.
So
Get
we
back soon.
find ourselves with our crew right now. Oh, Joey's got a map.
The map I've been working on.
We find ourselves sort of just at the crest of this mesa. It's the woods have thinned quite a bit here. And by mesa, I really mean that this is just like, sort of like a high plateau that's above the rest of the plains and such around.
And the treetops, basically, right? It's like
Yeah, it's like it's at level with basically with the treetops, and is the start to. It's not quite a mountain range. It's just like this long, sort of different levels of elevation, but they're sort of
This-
flat.
this island's volcanic, right?
Yeah, you're pretty sure it is.
So when we get to the top of the plateau, I'm gonna look around for the chain of volcanoes or.
Yeah, so you guys make it to a
central one.
clear enough area where you're able to sort of look around and get a sense of where you guys really are. You can see that ahead of, like, north of you, maybe about, I'd say maybe 10 miles or so north of you, there is a sort of mountain almost that rises out of this mesa. It's not. I use the term mountain loosely because it's really just like the tallest part of the mesa, and it's like I said, maybe about 10 miles north of you or so. You can see though that to your east, there is what you imagine is a volcanic mountain, and to your south, there are two smaller volcanic mountains that you guys can see. The one to the east is the biggest one you can see right now. But you basically, because of the view that you have, there's a huge forest to the southeast. And it sort of blocks the view of whatever mountains or anything like that might be to the south or to the east.
Can we see any of the ocean or?
You can see it to the
where
west. You can
ship-
see
can we
that the
see the ship?
mountain. No, you can't see the ship. You think that the mountain to the west is pretty much near the sea. And so are the mountains to the south, you think. You can't really see the ocean to the south, but you can see it to the west. You also see that there's a river that runs its way east to west across the entire plain here. So, like, it's just to your south, and you can sort of see it running east to west, and then see it plunges into the forest. You're pretty sure, now that you've kind of got your bearings a little bit, from what you guys remember before, that the Bonbin village is north of here. You imagine probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 25 miles, maybe 30 miles away.
Well, would make sense to climb that mountain to the north of us and then proceed back to the Bonbon village.
If we think that's the easiest way, yeah, I want to just get back to the village so we can start working on fixing your hand.
I do not think
Yes.
it's the easiest way, but it is the straightest way.
And to be on top of a mountain for a morning ritual wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, it might
Perhaps we
be
can make
something
that mountain
on
cap
a
tonight.
list of ours. Yeah, we can try that.
I'm gonna shape change into a larger animal that
Okay.
can possibly carry the slowest member of us. I'll be a brown bear, and I'm gonna
Let's say
pick up
brown
Bill.
bears are not very
Yeah.
easy to ride.
That's true.
I mean, you can turn into a horse.
Clydesdales are,
turn-
though.
Or like a
Yeah.
goat or something like that, you know?
You know what? I'll turn into like a heavy warhorse. That
Alright.
sounds pretty good.
Yeah, well, you can hold
Clydesdale.
two of your party members.
And then I'm gonna suggest before I shape change, I'm gonna say, I'd tether yourself and your floaty disc. I think I can get 2, and then you can floaty disc, and man, if that would be almost everybody, wouldn't it?
Except for Billy Bob.
Yeah.
It's all right. If some people
Wait, the
walk,
floating
that's not that bad.
the floating disc could probably fit 2 people, right? No, it's a 5-foot circle, right?
It's a
man.
3-foot circle.
Yeah, not really.
So it
3
could fit
foot
you.
in diameter, 3 foot in diameter, and holds 500 pounds.
What's your telekinesis? How fast does that move?
It doesn't really say. I think it just keeps up with me.
Yep. So you could float somebody.
Yeah, I could do that. I mean,
Right.
I could float my. Can I float myself?
I don't think so.
You move the creature up to 30 feet in any direction, including upward. Yeah, so...
Yeah, it says a creature. It doesn't say... I don't think you can do it on yourself.
You can try to move an object that weighs up to 1,000 pounds. So yeah, I can do, yeah. So it's like 30 feet.
So
to
for 10
normal.
minutes, you could hover... You could move somebody with telekinesis.
Yeah, and then I'd have to put them down and just recast it.
Mm-hmm. If you want... I'm just putting it out there. Not to say that you have to do that.
No, but that's a good way to climb.
But, you also have your levitate spell.
It can only get 60 feet away from me, though, is the issue.
Well, if the issue is having everyone move along, I do not mind walking.
Yeah, and also that thing the telekinesis only goes at 30 feet per round.
Yeah, at speed.
Yeah. So it's up to you guys. Just depending on how you're moving. Kenny, do you transform into this warhorse?
I mean, I'm the slowest technically because I have a 20 feet movement speed.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to turn into something that can be faster, but since nobody's going to be moving relatively faster than that, no, I don't really need anybody to ride me. So
yeah, can turn into something more offensive if you want, then, or something quicker.
Yeah, I'm going to turn into a giant spider and move through the canopy as effectively as possible.
Alrighty. That's spooky.
Just to kind of give cover from above.
Well, unfortunately, this area doesn't have much of a canopy, like we were saying before. You know, you're kind of out on the mesa
we're on the top of the we're on top of.
So you can still move as a spider if you want. There's just no real canopy to hang out in.
Yeah, no,
Is that okay?
the giant spider's pretty menacing, so that's what I'll be.
Yeah. All right.
Very menacing.
So Spider and crew of 4, you guys are beginning to move northward then along the plateau, correct?
Yeah, that sounds right. I don't know.
So you guys start making your way. There doesn't seem to be sign of a whole lot of wildlife up here. Let's see. Who is, now that Kenny's not traveling with the party, he is scouting sort of, and is a spider. So we'll sort of call him one of your trailblazers. But who is going to be your navigator now that you have a spider who doesn't really?
I shall do. Wait, what is it? A survival check?
Yep.
Yeah. So
nope. Bye. See ya.
What about Billy Bob?
Yeah, Billy Bob can navigate for you if you want.
He should be the navigator.
All right, Billy Bob is going to navigate.
It's a +5.
Wow. Okay.
And who is going to be your quartermaster?
I shall be.
All right.
So Billy Bob's gotten 11, unless someone else rolled for him already.
And then who's going to be your scout?
I shall scout.
All right.
Can he send me as spider?
Yeah, he'll also scout as spider. Yeah.
I'll keep my eyes for spiders. That sounds good.
All right. So, Billy Bob's got an 11 on his navigation roll. Viz, you guys have, what do you guys have in the way of rations left?
We have the
You have 5 days. You have 1 day for 5 people of tri-top.
Right. And then we also
And then-
have each like 3 days worth of ration on us.
Okay.
I have 1 day, so
Well, we
I have 2.
have. How much do we?
Okay, so
We can also
Falyuan,
hunt.
sorry, Walden and Kenny, can you guys both make me a perception check? And then Viz, can you make me a survival check?
I shall. Much to my chagrin, 4. At my survival,
Okay.
I'm terrible at it. We all know this.
Oh, I just said 1d20 plus 2. We got the command. 17.
All right.
Tom, you said
Kenny?
perception. Sorry.
Perception, please.
+6.
Okay. So, Walden, you see that down on the lower, like where the plateau sort of comes down and lowers down into the plains, it's sort of to your northwest a little bit. You see some movement from brush to brush. You think there's probably 5 creatures that are probably at least 4.5 to 5 feet tall, moving through the brush fairly quickly. They don't look like they're necessarily moving towards you, but you see them sort of like flitting in the distance. You don't think Kenny has seen them.
I'm gonna like whistle up to Kenny the spider.
All right, what kind of sound do you make?
Oh boy.
We have our
Well, wait.
sound.
If I look up, I'm gonna look at. Is he looking down at me? When I look up?
He's ahead of you. He seems like he's like moving forward.
Right.
Spider mode.
I'm like, Macaw!
I imagine Kenny, you turn around.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll spin around and I'll
Kenny
like
and I-
chitter back.
I'll have
Chitter, chitter.
using my all of our elaborate hand signals. I'll be like, for small creatures, that way. Check it out. Do you know what any of that means?
Oh yeah, man. Your hand signals are great. I say in my spider brain.
So Kenny, you with his aid, you're able to see these things. You see some movement off in the bushes.
Are they within 60 feet?
No, they're probably a good 200 yards away at least.
All right. And you said what direction do the bushes go?
It's like northwest of you. There's just like they're sort of like out in the field. There's a whole bunch of them, there's a bunch of shrubs and stuff out in this. This is the lower section of like where it turns into plains, sort of to your northwest.
I'm gonna like chitter and like point with 4 of my legs towards the northeast, and then kind of make a like claw to like say that we should
Go that way. All right. Walden, what do you do? You're
follow.
scouting ahead.
I guess then I'll try to communicate to the other members to follow Kenny, and I'll try to lead them following Kenny.
All right. Billy Bob understands that there might be danger. So yeah, you guys are navigate yourselves away from this whatever was moving about. Viz,
Could have been 18.
you guys travel for about 4 hours or so. And you forgot to remind Billy Bob that you were supposed to stop and get water for your water skins.
Tight.
And you go to squeeze your water skin and it's empty.
So thirsty.
And everybody's like, yeah, so when we stopping for water, Viz?
Now let's stop for water.
Billy Bob is like, oh, okay, yeah. We're gonna have to find some water. So you guys are at the base of this really large section. So you're about to do some climbing up to the top of this plateau. And it is just you traveled for a couple hours. So it is early afternoon, maybe 2-3 o'clock. You feel like you need to find some water. So Viz, do you want to do the dowsing? Dowering? What's it called?
Dowsing.
I'm no longer a spider if it's been 4 hours. I can only stay a spider for 2
What's
hours.
it called?
Dowsing. Dowering.
Dowsing.
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 Dowsing. The little.
Little
So who's
stank
doing
on
that?
it. Not I, if it's a survival check.
Okay.
I'll douse.
Okay.
Down
I mean,
away.
I as I take a big sip from my water skin that I said that I filled up.
Wait, can't y'all with magic?
No, yeah,
can't
you guys
like,
have
create food and water.
Drinking your fill of water for the day, and you just have not had time.
No,
to
we all
you
have
not
empty
made-
water skins because
you guys all have
it's been
empty
4
water skins.
hours. And you're like, damn it, Fizz. As you will want to do.
So, Kenny, did you make me a survival check?
Yes, I did. It's an 11.
An 11. Okay. So
Not-
within an
it's not the
hour,
best.
Kenny's able to find you guys a water source.
Yay.
And you guys take a short rest.
Deus Ex Machina.
So if you need to spend anything, use your short rest ability. It is about 4 o'clock.
And
Yeah.
we're just about to take some.
And you guys are just about to start this climb. You think the climb will probably take you about an hour.
That's not bad. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
About
about an hour because you're already up above quite a bit. So you just have another climb to go.
Is this 4 o'clock in the afternoon or in the morning?
Afternoon.
Okay.
All
What would
right.
you guys like to do? Do you want to head up?
Yeah. Our plan is to stay on top of this mountain for the evening, correct?
Yeah, so we can be at the top for the first light.
Does anybody feel like going? Well, here's 2 questions. We need food for the evening, probably, or the morning, perhaps. Does anybody feel like doing any hunting before we traverse? Because there's scarce amount of resources here. As we go higher, I doubt there will be more resources.
I'm not.
What do you
good
guys
at
have as
hunting.
far as the way of food?
We have.
The ration that we have.
Hmm.
And
I
I
Billy
have.
Bob has 1 day.
I have 2 days left on me. For,
I have
I have
2 days
1
left
day.
on me.
Okay, so you guys have food for a couple days.
I mean, I have food for a couple of days.
right. There's. What about all of us? Fal, you said you only had 1.
I have 1 day on me and then 1 day of the tri-top.
Yep, same thing with Billy Bob.
Yep. Same thing with me.
So should we hunt?
Okay. No, we can do it tomorrow because if we'll be coming down off the mountain tomorrow. So
We'll be coming around that mountain.
When she
All right, so you
comes.
guys begin to climb to the top of this mesa. Like I said, it takes you about an hour or so. Why doesn't our navigator, Billy Bob, right, or Kenny, are you navigating now? Again?
I'll take navigation back now that
Okay,
I'm not
why
a
don't
spider.
you give us
Fuck
some
you, Billy Bob.
good navigation to see if it indeed does take you an hour?
No, it takes
Okay.
us an hour and a half.
Yeah.
We're
I
not
think
really
You
what I
know,
should have
you
zagged.
might not. Maybe you didn't take the most direct route, but
Yeah,
you
but-
got yourselves.
Listen, man, I've got short legs. I take small steps.
it took some
It's gonna
time.
take a while. Look, I could have turned into a spider and just climbed up the side of the mountain and shot a web down, but it didn't. Took an
Or
hour
I
and a
could
half.
have levitated or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but let's not say who. No,
Not
what'd you say?
bicker
It's
and argue
probably-
about who let us
It's about
where.
5:30 by the time we get to the top of this mountain now. Mr.
Yeah.
Omnipotent
You guys get
voice in the
to
sky.
you get to the top at about 5:30 or so, and you guys find that there's a sort of an open kind of rocky area that's decently exposed, and you think it's an okay place to camp. It's just definitely exposed to the elements. So do you want to camp there, or do you want to try to find a more, covered or secluded spot?
What time is it?
5 o'clock, the top of a mountain. 5:30, the top of a mountain. We probably still have a little bit longer.
Yeah, let's search for a little bit
light
longer.
Light than we did in the valley. So
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather get off the rim of the mountain.
Okay.
If
I think
everybody's down.
Then why don't you guys make me a conceited effort together as a survival check to find a place to camp. If you're all gonna be involved with the pointing of things out, you can all make me a check. If only one person is really going to be involved, then
I will help with a nature check to be like, crevasses are usually found in yada boop da boop. Can I do that, DM?
sure.
Yay! A 10. Thank God.
All right.
For the +6.
So, Val and Kenny working together, you guys are able to find a pretty decent spot to camp. It looks like it's an old cave. You think that some mammal or something has used this cave before.
But not recently.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you haven't been inside yet. But granted the cobwebs and stuff that you can see, nothing's been in here for at least, several weeks. Though it does look like it's been, you can see from the dirt on the floor that it's definitely, something's been in and out of here at some point.
Owlbears.
So it seems safe, but at the same time, it seems a little
Not safe.
Well, you haven't been inside yet. So what would you guys like to do?
Head inside, of course.
Go inside.
Definitely go inside.
All right, who goes inside first?
Falyun, why don't you take the lead? I'll follow
Go
right
ahead.
behind.
You already have half a hand, so.
I'll have Terry fly in on Fal's shoulder.
Fucking Terry.
All right. So you guys head inside. And you travel for, I don't know, maybe about 30, 40 feet. And the cave walls seem to be a little bit more hewn here, like something's actually carved them out a little bit. You can see that at the back of the cave, there's a small altar. It is made out of the same stone that the cave is made out of. It looks like it's actually carved from the cave itself. It's kind of worn smooth. And it has like a small divot or bowl in it that's about the size of your cupped hands or so. Otherwise, the cave is actually pretty swept clean. And is pretty large. Definitely enough room for everybody to sleep comfortably.
The altar doesn't seem ominous like the one Walden found back in the Devari Shrine?
If by ominous you mean covered in blood, no.
Okay. Good. Well, that's a start. Does it look at all familiar in any way?
You can make me a religion check if you like.
11.
No.
Okay. I begin setting up camp.
All right.
I'm going to light a torch to see what direction the wind sweeps through.
Looks like it sort of goes outwards.
Okay, so we'll build the fire towards the entrance of the cave, and we'll sleep towards the back by the altar. I suggest. I'm gonna beckon everybody else inside, or I'll tell Terry to, go get everybody.
And Walden and Viz, what do you guys do?
So we think we're going to camp here.
It looks that way.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is it.
All
For a
right.
few hours, yes.
I'm gonna start my ritual alarm casting for the entrance.
Walden?
I'm gonna go find a nice rock to lay on.
All right. This altar looks pretty comfy. You could lay on that.
No, thank you. Wait, What is up with this altar?
What? No, I mean, it's just made out of stone. It's Nothing.
Spooky.
Let's investigate it if that's all right.
Oh, you want to make an investigation check? I see.
Oh, I do.
So you pull out your magnifying glass and you start looking at the base of this thing.
And say jinkies.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Why?
Your
All
magnifying
right. Well,
glass
whatever it was,
breaks.
you didn't see it.
I still had a bunch of poop on the magnifying glass.
I'm like, what's
Yeah,
everybody
so-
looking at? And I come by and I take a look at this altar, and I'm like, what's all of this here? An altar, you say? I too will look. Let me see. Oh, there's so much
Walden,
poop
here's what I would say:
on your
is that
magnifying glass.
you don't trust this thing.
Excuse me. Are we camping next to this thing here, Keeney?
A safe cave.
Billy
What?
Bob, what do you think of this altar?
I mean, looks like it's probably used by somebody as a ritual spot.
Yeah, I'm going. Does it seem?
Shrugs.
What's the god on the?
It's not like stamped with anything. It's just made of stone.
Can I check it out to see if it has any carvings on it or anything?
Yeah, make me a religion check. See if you think it would be associated with any sort of god or not.
16.
In particular, you don't know of any god that, like, it doesn't have a symbol on it as you like look around it and stuff. It's not necessarily sacrificial, you don't think. So you're not really sure what it's for. Nothing familiar to you, at least.
Well,
Like in your mind, if it is used for some sort of religious thing, it's something that you don't know.
So it's some sort of occult altar. Is there any blood on it or anything? Anything of that
No.
sort?
Falyun, what are you up to?
I was setting up camp.
All right.
I'm with Val Ewan, setting up camp.
All right. So you guys set up camp. Walden, how do you feel?
I don't feel great about this altar.
You have not felt great since you woke up in the shrine the other day. Are you okay?
Everything's fine.
Oh man.
That's totally not what someone who's actually fine says.
Yeah, the crazy people always say they're not crazy, you know?
Right.
If y'all insist on camping next to this altar, I am growing a tail.
Whoa.
I'm going to find a way. Excuse me.
Well, how about this? I'll
Growing
set
a
your
tail.
we'll
That's
set
gross.
your bunk as far away from the altar as possible.
Yeah, I would say I'm going to sleep near the cave entrance. I'll keep an eye out. How about that?
Yeah,
Alright.
that sounds great. As long as we're all in the cave and safe for the evening.
Well, I
we'll
set
be
an
fine.
alarm at the entrance, Walden, so you don't need to worry about
No,
watching
let him
it.
let him sit by the entrance if that's what he wants to do.
So
Alright,
tell me the
alright.
dimensions, so I'll be right outside that alarm. But I don't want to sleep near this cave. man.
It's at the mouth of the cave.
Just don't fall off.
Okay, so I'll go a little bit in from the mouth of the cave, so your alarm is good to go. Does that work?
Sure. I mean, just try not to pass through it a lot, because that'll wake, or, it'll just keep digging my head.
Really?
Oh, God. Why did I have to tell you that?
No, that's very interesting. I just like to.
So Viz, are you going to do anything about this altar at all?
Well, I
Just
don't
gonna let it be.
know if it's sinister or not. I mean, does it have... Can I Arcana check it to see if it has any magical abilities?
Yeah.
I shall. Arcana check 16 also.
You don't think so.
Alright. Well... Is there any reason to get rid of it that I can see?
I think you should put Terry on it.
I think you should go screw yourself.
I mean, it's not like it's like eat souls. You know, it's not like it's like talking to you or anything like that. It's like
Unlike items you're wearing or other people are wearing.
yeah, it's just like a
right.
stone altar in this cave.
I'm gonna destroy it.
Okay, Kenny. Before you do what you were gonna tell me you were gonna do, Viz, do you say anything about it, or what do you do?
I mean, I'll turn around. I'll be like, I feel like it's a good idea to destroy this thing, so it doesn't like speak to us in our sleep or something crazy like that.
Hey Viz, you feeling okay?
I'm just saying.
Didn't you just check it for Arcana? It's not arcane. Just leave it.
All right. Well, it's just.
Has Steph been talking to you in your sleep?
Creeping me out, man. It's creeping me out, to say the least.
Describe it one more time, Tom?
It is a stone altar. It's probably about 3 or 3.5 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
And it's carved out of the same stone that the cave is made out of, so it's like connected to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got a small bowl kind of in the center of it. That's like, about the size of like your cupped hands or so.
Just the bowl.
Put Terry in the
like
bowl,
carved
man.
into it. Yeah.
Will you stop
Or
it?
something. Put some like coins in the bowl. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, you put some coins in the bowl, nothing happens.
Take my coins out of the bowl.
Kenny pours some water into the bowl. Nothing happens.
Well, all right. It seems mundane then. So I guess we just leave it alone.
All right.
I
So
still
you
don't
guys
wanna
will
sleep
camp
near it.
nearby the altar in the stone cave, or the stone altar in the cave, and just sort of let that chill there.
Yeah, I mean, you keep saying.
No, I'm just
mentioning it.
double checking.
Yeah, but now I feel like I shouldn't because it's
Well,
very
I'm not.
much. You're in my head.
And Walden is a little freaked out by it.
What time of day is it now, Tom?
It is dark.
Can
now.
I investigate this altar? Can I just take like a big extra?
I mean,
ultra look at it?
you feel like you've investigated this thing.
Yeah, there's nothing
I
else
will
about it.
start fire. Just to calm down. I said I am going to start a fire so that everyone
Yeah.
warm,
You guys got a fire going.
to keep their minds up.
All right. Anything else before you guys bed down?
Not for me, man.
Yeah, I think that's it.
No,
for me.
but
Looking at
we
you,
should
Viz, you
we
can't
should
tell.
we should wake again before daybreak to get Dunder to the top of this place.
Yes, and since everyone is so on edge, I will offer to.
Well, I'll already be up because the
Exactly.
alarm.
So, okay. So while you take your 4 hours, Falyun will take watch, and then me and Walden will get to sleep for the full time.
Yes.
And yeah, and then you can wake us all up earlier than sunrise, right?
I shall.
Yay!
All right. So you guys get to resting. Someone's taking watch.
He'll take first, and then I'll take the rest of the night.
All right. So Fal, what do you do during your watch?
Is Billy Bob asleep or is he?
Yeah, he's asleep. He's
asleep?
assed out.
Okay. I pulled Donder out.
All right. He's like kind of sleeping with it. Do you want to try to like take it from him?
Actually, is there any way I can just talk?
I mean,
to
he's
Donder?
not like holding it. It's like just like near him.
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of communed and talked. Or can he? Do I have to possess him to talk to him?
You're not really sure how it works. You feel like touching it would probably.
Okay, I'll go over and
Touch it.
Yeah.
Touch his shaft.
All right, yeah. You can feel. Let's go into the general chat for just a second.
All right.
We'll be right back. But now we can read their lips.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that's
wait.
true.
Yeah. Uh-oh. So stuff's happening. Hey,
That's the most
my
animated I've
name's
seen Deanna
Dunder.
all night. Look at him.
I'm
Look,
so tired.
you're a sword. I am a sword. That's crazy.
Can I drop character for a
Remember the guy
second?
who
I'm
picked
tired.
us up?
Yeah. What's
I
up?
remember the guy who picked us up.
I'm tired of talking in an English accent.
And didn't
know.
didn't the guy who
I
picked
feel
you
like
up, didn't he die?
Yeah.
No. That guy flew off with an eagle. The next guy who was holding me, for some odd reason, he got choked to death by a plant.
That's true, by a giant evil vine.
Yeah.
Real talk. That shit was
In a way that was like, are you sure you want to sit there and get choked to death by a plant? And the guy was like, yep, that's what's gonna happen.
I almost feel like we've been these characters a little too long.
What do you mean?
I mean,
just me. But you changed characters, which is awesome.
I did.
For me personally, I'm just getting like, and now that he's cursed, I'm like, fuck. What do I even do with this guy?
I mean, I guess you can't tell us because it metagame, but I feel like it changed the alignment of your character.
Something like that. I don't know. Did it? Yeah, it did.
All right, tight.
Well, I don't know what alignment you're talking about. That's just silly talk. You know.
But then it's just,
I love Walden being a dick. At least
Yeah,
just a
no,
but
little
it's
bit.
like, but now it's like if I'm truly gonna play it, I have to start actually doing horrible shit.
Yeah, you gotta start being, and like no one's gonna want
Not
you in the
like-
party.
Not like just a dick. Like it's really annoying, actually.
Dickishness.
So we're gonna try to get everybody uncursed real quick, which I found out. Remove curse, John, is a spell you should be able to get.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's a level. I think it's a level 3 spell that wizards have access to.
All right, I'll try that.
So if you can find it, it might really be beneficial for the entire party for you to find it, right?
Well,
Curse.
maybe the shaman can teach it to me.
Or wouldn't that just be,
I mean, he already seems
amazingly-
pretty Deus Ex Machina, so hopefully Tom will let him go
Oh,
a
yeah.
step further.
Warlock, wizard, cleric, paladin.
Yep. Wizard level 3. Remove curse. It sucks that I don't have it as a druid.
Yeah, it's
would make
weird that you
sense.
don't. It would make sense that you do. It seems very much
Right.
like a druid thing to like get rid of
Yeah.
evil magic.
I'm not really sure what they did with druids.
I kind of want to ask Tom to give me access to that spell because it would be something that, it would make sense, wouldn't it?
Well, they kind of made a few new classes,
Well,
I think.
I guess I could
And I
do
feel like
dispel
you
magic.
might be able to...
What's going on here?
What?
What's happening?
Nothing.
Huh?
Nothing. Your face.
What?
Is happening.
Yeah, you stupid...
Listen, Mr.
Discuss for
Omnipotent
1 second. I'm
being.
just gonna grab a little more drink.
Uh-huh. What are we discussing? Faluan pulled out Donder for some reason, but
Yeah,
we're all
everything
asleep,
all right?
so we don't know. Hey, man, I'm asleep. I don't know what's going on. So, you're the next person to wake up, Viz. So you ask him why I pulled it out if he, reveals it to you.
Yeah, what did you hear? What did you talk to Donda? What's up?
Yeah, so I wake up this and I talk to Donder. I just wanted to see how he felt about this. It certainly would be a lot to process to become a person again.
Yeah, is he alright with it? Does he want it?
There are some concerns.
Hmm?
Okay, so he said that we need to take him to the highest peak, but he did not specify the highest peak as to what and where in the world.
Well, it was originally
Right,
just the peaks of the Air Mountains. That was originally the context of the highest peak.
So, I mean, it would be worth trying in the morning, but given what he has told me, I I would not have high hopes that it may not be successful.
Hmm.
I mean, he was not sure if highest peak meant highest peak locally in the Ales, or heaven forbid, in the world, wherever that may be.
Well, I mean, we'll find out, you know? It's
Yeah.
worth checking.
We're here. It's. Oh wait, no, we're asleep.
Yeah, you guys are asleep. But I'll start what Kenny was kind of saying, because I'm sure he has sentiment. You know, we're here, we might as well try. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And we'll just know that in context now, that highest mountains means something different than just in your area. It's either in a particular spot of the world or in the world. And that's... I can start consulting some texts about it. Some maybe, you know, similar curses that were solved. You know, maybe it was... What was the loophole?
All right. So, anything else for you guys for the evening?
I'm good.
All right.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll look through books to see if I can find anything about a curse like that to see, you know, start my research.
Yeah, through some of the books that you have, you're going to spend some of the time during the watches reading
Yeah.
some of the books that you
You
have.
know, I have the alarm going, so, you know, I'll always have that in the back of
And
my
you have
head.
a whole bunch of books.
Yeah, so I have a lot to work through.
What books? So I'll let you read through, like, do you have a list of the books that you have?
No, we never really made... well, I mean, I have...
Do you have, like, a general list? Because I can give you then, we'll make a specific list of all of the books that you have.
I have a book
And
about
so
electricity, a book about conjuration, a book about... a tome of devouring devices.
Okay.
2 random lore books I can call upon at will. Actually, now 1 because I used the flowers for 1. So I have 1 more random lore book that I can pull.
So you could either use that and find the answer immediately, or you could try to look through those other books, or just you could spend the time reading those other books in general.
I'm gonna
Otherwise,
spend
you
the
feel like
time reading about electricity.
Yeah, so you can choose in the course of the 8 hours. You can choose one of those books to read about.
Okay.
And basically, I'm gonna give you a spell to write in your spell book.
Neato. Because I already learned the spell from the conjuration book. That was Thunderstep. Conjuration book about teleportation.
Yep, and this is from an evocation book.
About electricity. It's electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie, woogie. Yeah, no, he has Val. He was like, yeah, no, we're cursed and I hear voices.
Okay. In that case, I would have asked if they are similar.
No. Well, I mean, he hasn't talked to Donda, so he wouldn't know that context. That was Ulfi.
Okay.
So he would have to talk to Donda to really get that. But yeah, I mean, it's something he could try. I don't know how that would work with the cursed item speaking to him and Donda speaking to him. They would like fight for his brain.
Yeah, I was just curious if it was like, you know, there's a bunch of people just getting sucked into items and like once we reach the top, everyone's eating, right?
We're all inside of a sword. This whole world.
Didn't you already know that? We're just the stone at the top of the hilt of the sword of the.
This is all a simulation.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Hold on,
man.
It's not even a nice sword, man. It was made by an apprentice.
All right. So, just trying to find this spell. All right. So, I don't know if this is normally a spell that I don't know if this is a spell you can cast or not.
Mm.
The
We were saying Dispel Curse is a spell I should be able to learn eventually.
what spell?
Remove Curse.
Oh yeah, you might be able to.
So at some point I can learn that.
So
Obviously this one won't teach me that.
this book about lightning or electricity that you have seems to be actually more of a book about weather.
Oh.
And you actually find that Kenny would probably find it pretty interesting as well. But it seems like this book can teach you how to control the weather to some extent.
Oh.
And in that, I mean, it will teach you how to cast the spell called lightning.
I can't call that. I use that spell, I believe.
That spell is normally only available for druids, Tempest Domain clerics, or Circle of the Hand, or Circle of the Land. But because this is specifically written this way, and it's a spell that you can learn, it is a spell that you can learn.
Really? Awesome. Thanks, DM.
So it is exactly as written.
Nate, want to take the mic out of your throat? Because that is getting rough.
I didn't know it was on.
So
Sorry, I thought I turned it
you
off.
guys hang out in the cave. There's no bad things that happen while you guys are in there. You wake in the pre-dawn hours when Viz rouses everybody. And Viz, do you I guess wake everybody up? And what were your guys' plans for the morning?
If we have time, eat, and then just get to the top of this mesa.
Yeah. So you guys are able to get yourselves to the top, no problem. Just before you can see the sun starting to rise out of the east.
I pull out my bag of seashells. I make a small pile of it, and I ask Billy Bob to just, I guess, put Donder into it.
Billy Bob's like, all right, yeah, it's worth a shot. And he like unsheathes Donder and like lays it down on top of the pile of seashells. And he sort of like takes a step back. He's like, now what?
Now we wait for sunrise.
Okay. And he's, steps back and watches the sunrise with the four of you guys gathered around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The sun begins to rise. The first rays start to, hit the seashells and rise above onto, the metal of the sword and begin to glean off of it a little bit. You can feel like the air lift and a light breeze kind of come across. And the sunrise is beautiful. And it is the 10th of Minkay.
Hey, Tom, D&D Beyond won't let me add that spell to Viz because it's not, like, official or possible.
You should be able to add it manually somewhere.
I'll do that later. But
yeah. We can just homebrew it.
Yeah, I might have to do that.
And create a spell for it.
Create a new spell.
So, unfortunately, the ritual is not a success. Donder is not resummoned from from the sword, and you guys are still left with a magical longsword. Billy Bob, he's like, thanks anyway, Falyun.
We tried. I scoop up the seashells.
He resheathes Donder. So it's the morning of the 10th. It's been a few days since you guys have seen or talked to Ringo. You guys are supposed to meet up with him today. At least that's what you told him. So what would you like to do? Now that you're at the top of this mountain, you can sort of see all around you guys. And because you can sort of see all around you,
Oh shit! A map of the island.
Yeah.
so I will draw a little shape for where you guys are.
Yeah.
We'll do it in red. So you guys are right here right now.
Oh. Oh.
So from your vantage point, now that the sun's up, and you can see, you're at the tallest point now, at the peak of this spot on the mesa. So that all this what looks like little like hills and stuff here that come down the center. That's sort of the mesa that sits above everything, the plateaus. So you can see that across this expansive jungle that's in front of you to the north, this big black dot is the Bonbin village. And you can see the Bonbin village in the distance. Around you, you can also see that there's numerous mountains that sort of ring this entire island. And they're all volcanic. You can tell that the tallest one that you can see around is in the southeast, which I will ping.
Ooh, yeah, that's pretty tall.
That's the tallest one on the island. But you can see there's also a big mountain that is behind where the Bonbin village is. From here, you can also see the boat. The boat is harbored now, you can see, in this area. You're not sure if that's exactly where you guys left it the first time. Because you've been turned around and stuff like that a little bit.
In what area?
North.
Oh, I see.
Northwest.
Well, I have sending prepared if we need to talk to Ringo to let him know we won't be at the boat.
That, again, is a good use of your spell at the end of the day. Since we're not going to meet him today.
Yeah, but he's going to be expecting us during today.
Oh, that's true. Well, you could send it to him now.
At the beginning of the day, maybe we can take a short rest and I can recharge that spell slot.
Wouldn't be a bad use of our time, or later in the day.
So what would you guys like to do?
I'm going to do a quick sending. Use that spell real quick. Send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature with which you are familiar. The creature knows it's me, and they can respond.
Okay. How long of a message?
Intelligence score. You can send a message, but if the target is on wait. And can answer in a like manner, so 25 words or less immediately.
Okay, write me a 25 words or less message.
Alright.
Just type it out.
Ringo in mountains, finding Bonbin village to fix Fal's hand. We'll meet with you, what do we say, tomorrow?
I'd give it at least 2 days.
In a 2-day. Stay safe. We will bring supplies. Or we will bring good news. And Nate's fucking jamming. Wait, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Ha!
Nice.
Elegantly put. My gosh.
I counted it out, GM. That's 25 words.
I have a feeling he's a pirate. He's gonna answer back in like a, short, like, okay. And can we guess about how big this island is, Mr. GM, since we're at, a very tall point that we can...
Can someone cheat and save image as so we can have this map? Someone quickly screen cap the game.
That's probably
you're also streaming on Twitch.
No!
No!
also-
Awesome map!
You're also streaming on
You're
Twitch.
still muted,
and
GM,
have
by the way.
video. We're
Suck a
still
dick is what I said.
we're still streaming on Twitch, and there'll be YouTube video of
On
it.
Twitch?
That's
All right, so
true.
I'm typing the response. Hold on one second.
What good news are we bringing?
That we
That
found all of
Valhuman's
that
hands
teleportation stuff, and that we...
Oh no, we're not gonna tell a pirate about anything about that temple. Are you kidding me?
Well, alright, that we can get to another island quickly without him, and that we'll meet him at the other island, with our
That
business
would be-
already done.
That would be the best, usage of. Yes, that I agree with.
But we'll tell that to him when we get there, because we'll need to be able to tell it to him without revealing too
Face to
much.
face.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like that he would make use of there anyway. We seem to have gotten everything.
All right, so this is what he sends back.
What the fuck is this crazy?
He's like, "What the
magic
fuck is this
talking?
crazy
I don't
magic
like this.
talking?
Are you
I don't
getting
like this.
How does this
You
work?
got this?
See, that'd be
Does this work? See you then. Be safe."
Yeah, I just opened my mouth and
Ringo's
Ringo's
not
confused,
used to
yelling
magic.
come out.
So he was unsure as to what was going on.
This might be the pipeweed talking, but that was hilarious.
So Ringo is. It seems like you got the message across.
Well, that's good, I guess.
And have taught a pirate about magic talking.
Yeah, I need to stop forgetting that this is much less casual for everyone else than it is for me. Because I'm like, yeah, magic talking, and he's like, wow!
All right. So what do you guys want to do? It's dawn.
We should head north to the Bond
Yeah,
village.
let's go to the
Okay,
Bond.
so you guys are going to try to find a way north, navigate yourselves out of here.
Navigate down.
Might as well.
That was the, where we needed to go, right? We don't need to go anywhere else.
I don't know.
We have all the
Entirely up to you.
ingredients that we need for your hand, right, Valion?
Do
All
we?
right. Then,
Wait, do we
who's
real...
navigating?
I thought there were 3 ingredients.
Yeah, what's the third thing? Quick.
We found the chalk at the start of the journey.
Oh,
Okay,
the chalk,
so we're
that's
good.
right.
All right. Who's navigating today?
Jose.
Kenny?
Kenneth.
Can you make me a
Kensington.
navigation check? Who's scouting today?
I'll scout. I don't mind.
Oh,
Oh.
we'll do it.
Walden tips his hat and then bows to Fowl. And sort of gestures him forward. And then flicks him off, probably behind his back.
Stabs him.
Who's going to be quartermaster today?
You know what? I'll be quartermaster.
I did a terrible job. Someone else.
All right.
Quartermaster.
So, Kenny, you make me a survival check. Fowl,
It's
make
an
me a
11.
perception check. Walden, make me a survival check.
19 for perception.
Okay.
Wait, survival 13.
Okay. So, Kenny, you guys get yourselves to the bottom of the mountain. Right
Like
at the
to the-
start of where the mountains meet the forest.
at the north side of the mesa where
Yes, at the north side of the
toward-
mesa.
Okay.
It takes you think probably an hour or two longer than you would have liked it to take you. Just
Yeah,
based
I don't
on the path that you had to take. Fal, you were able to
Joe, she's in
avoid
the house.
some serious crevasses and dangers along the way. And Walden was able to actually spy a fresh mountain stream, and in addition, was able to, with Val Ewan's help, spy a small deer. Or sorry, I shouldn't say deer. You guys are up in the mountains. It'd be a small ram that was sort of prancing about up here. That one of you guys, I would imagine, is going to kill for meats and such. If you would like to.
Probably.
Yeah, I'll kill it.
Nice.
Yeah, are you guys going to shoot this thing? Fal, are you shooting this thing with a bow and arrow? Or Walden, are you shooting this thing with your gun?
I looked at Walden.
I'll shoot it with my gun.
All right. Go ahead and just roll me to hit.
12.
All right. Yeah, so you hit this thing. Go ahead and just deal damage just to make sure you kill it. Yeah. Okay, so you destroy maybe even too much. Yeah, you destroy this thing. It's not as clean of a kill as you would have liked. You hit it kind of like in the throat and like sort of like blow its face half off. So you're like, oh god, like it's like a little gorier than most people would want. Maybe you're not as phased as everybody else is.
I love it.
But the yeah, it's definitely dead, and you and the team are able to, by midday, you guys have made it to the forest's edge, and are able to get who's dressing it.
I'll dress it.
Give me that survival.
Good shot. I'll take care of the meat.
I'm
Oh,
glad you're not one of those
all right.
horrible druids.
So you're able to
Yeah.
get a total of roll me 4d6.
God damn it, Bobby.
You can do it.
Wwhy are my space bar
/
not work?
R space.
Yeah, 11 pounds.
Okay, so you're able to get 11 portions off of this thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
That's 2 days for
That's 2
everybody
days
plus
for
one
everybody.
extra.
Yeah, well, it's all fresh meat, so anything you're gonna have to cook it either today or tomorrow.
I'll cook all of it today probably, and
Yep.
then
Save it.
You can
that
overcook
way.
some of it today, and it would be
Yeah,
fine.
jerky, some of it.
Yep.
All right, so it is midday. You've traveled some. I imagine you guys are going to press on after taking a short rest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making it
All
to
right.
the Boundvin village.
Aye, aye.
Give me another series of rolls for the second half of the day. Making your way into the forest. The jungle, I should say.
I will not. Is there anything I can do, guys? Huh?
13 perception.
Nature check anything? Huh?
11 on the survival.
Maybe
One more survival.
check thing.
All right, and a
1, 2, 3,
four.
4. You can count it on one hand. That's good. That's a good sign.
Okay. So you guys spend some time in the woods. And you sort of begin to remember again that you're in a jungle that's populated by dinosaurs. And Walden
I forgot.
Walden, you lead everybody to. You're like, all right, like time to fill the water skins. We're like on this shit. Like, not gonna pull a viz this time. And you bring
pulled a
everybody.
Viz.
You bring everybody down to the water, and you begin to like fill your water skin. And before you're about to take a sip of it, you notice it smells like shit.
Oh.
and you look upstream, and Fowl points out that there's several small piles of dung near the stream bed here.
Are there more meadow lilies?
There's not more metal lilies.
Just
It's
poop.
probably still fine to drink.
It's not.
Oh, dear God.
Pass.
That
You
is
might need to get a new water skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or new boots. Are you sure you cleaned your boots?
My boots?
So Kenny, you take a look at your bearings and your surroundings, and you're like, well, I think we need to find a game trail. You're not really sure that you're on the right, like the best
Yeah,
path.
this isn't feeling right. We should head. What I remember looking at from the top of the plateau, we should be hitting a large river not too soon before we hit the Bonbon village.
Yeah. Tom,
I
how
think.
big are these manure piles?
Why don't you make me a survival check to try to figure out what these things, or an investigation, either or, to try to figure out what these things might be from.
Well,
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a nature check on these to see if it's something we've already seen before, like maybe the Trexasaur or something.
yeah.
Like I said, you can make me a survival or an investigation check.
I'll
to
do
check
an
these things out.
investigation. 23.
All right. So you and Fal put your heads together and get in some shit. And
Jurassic
you guys
Park.
determine. Yeah, you're like, oh, like.
Just dig in there.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
fucking get in there. It's science.
And you find that the shit's not that big. And Viz, you get some handfuls, and you're like squeezing it through your fingers a little bit.
Don't mind, do I have to?
Yeah, it's nice and warm. You're like,
In
these
the
are
name of
recent.
science.
You're like, this shit's recent. You think that it's probably only, you do like one of those moves from, it's not Knocked Up. It's one of the other ones where he puts his hands in the food.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you think that it's probably less than like 30 minutes old. And there's maybe about 4 or 5 little piles. You think they might be from little raptors.
So it's fresh poop from little raptors. I tell that to everybody immediately.
Yeah, the ones that were like 4.5, 5 feet tall.
Clever girl.
Those are the
Yeah.
ones.
Were hunty.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, those ones. Yeah, I think
Right.
we need to keep moving and be very, very, very vigilant, and perhaps
Be
get away from the
very
water.
quiet.
Well,
Okay.
they are.
So you guys are going to keep moving. You guys are going to move out?
Yeah.
You need some. You do need some water.
Can we go upstream from the poop
Yeah, you can.
and wash out our canteens and water skins and get some water? Potable.
All right. Yeah. So you guys go north of the stream, and spend a little bit of time, cleaning out your canteens, sort of getting everything washed up. You probably spend a total of like 20 minutes or so. And what's everybody doing in this process? Like, Walden, you have a little bit of washing to do. Is anybody like keeping watch or anything like that? I only ask because Kenny, you said about being vigilant.
Yeah, I'll keep watch.
All right.
And I'll fill Falyuan's water skins for him.
Okay. Foul, make me a perception check.
Boom, 17.
All right. You don't notice any movement or anything like that during the time, but you do see that there are some tracks that lead off to the northeast.
Okay. I point them out to Kenny. And
All
whoever.
right.
Bye.
I'll examine them. Like,
Yeah. So after
hard
filling
examine
this, skins and stuff, you check them out. Make me go ahead and make me a survival check. Actually, yeah, I think that works. Yeah.
or investigation. Man,
Yep.
my rolls have been shit tonight.
So yeah, you think that this is of some sort of dinosaur. You think
It's,
it's probably those.
yeah.
Maybe it's those raptors.
Could be. They're a little smaller footprints than the ones that we saw in the.
But you're not really
the
sure
box.
in which direction that they go. They're just all over the place.
These things run around like chickens.
I could go for some chicken.
So Kenny, you're like there could be 4 of them, there could be 6 of them, there could be 8 of them. You're not really sure.
Yeah, we should probably head. If these look like they head northeast, we should probably head just either due north or northwest to try to avoid them.
All right.
That's what I'll say.
All right, sounds good, Nate. Are you heading out for the night?
Yeah, sorry guys. I just didn't want to
Alright.
interrupt everything.
All right, no problem.
All right.
I do.
I'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Good
We'll
session.
be,
Sweet
we'll be
boys.
heading out shortly. So
Hey,
you
buddy.
guys are gonna head to the north, right?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, go ahead and let's get into our 3 positions. Viz, I guess you'll be for the rest of the day. Will be our
Quartermaster.
quartermaster.
My God, my
Fallon.
rolls suck.
All right, Kenny and Viz, go ahead and make me a survival check.
Hey.
All right.
I remembered this time.
So Kenny, you guys don't make a ton of progress in the woods. You know, you don't lose ground, but you don't gain a ton of ground. You know, you're sort of moving at half the pace that you kind of want to be.
Be vigilant. I keep
But
saying.
Viz sort of stops everybody for, reminds everybody actually after a few hours that it's like, hey, we're gonna need to find a place in a little bit. Probably to either take another rest or we might need to spend the night. Viz, you feel like before getting to the Bonpin village.
Yeah. Better safe than sorry, boys.
And Fal, when Viz points that out, you get those like your spidey sense starts tingling.
Oh jeez. Oh boy. Peter T.
And you feel like there's like eyes on you.
Clever girl.
You look to the bushes to the left and to the right, and there's some little beady, greenish, yellowish eyes. Staring.
I slowly draw my shield and my spear, and I motion everyone to get down and do the same.
And basically, we're gonna end on a scene of the 5 of you, sort of in a small group along this trail going north, and panning up from that to the tree line. You can see the 6 raptors sort of moving on the outskirts, slowly surrounding you.
Ooh. Tune in next time on Quest Hook to see what happens to our party.
I'm gonna rip apart some raptors as a bear. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be legend. Wait for it. I hate that joke. All right.
Oh, thank
Great.
God.
It's gonna be legendary. Legendary, get it?
not.
Legendary. Because I'm gonna be a bear.
And you make berries.
Ah.
But
night,
it
guys.
was a great time,
Night,
guys.
guys.
Quest hookers out.
Quest out.
Thanks for hooking with the
Good night,
quest.
guys.
Even that one guy who said oof in chat, I assume you're oof in admiration. But goodbye, everyone. In 3,
Mr.
2, 1, Quest Hook out.